the final. Should it end goalless at the end of the regulation 90 minutes? We're slated in for some extra time before we go to penalties. So unlike what happened in the quarters and the semi-finals, we'll have a bit of extra time. Hopefully we'll have goals galore coming to that. And Godfrey, I'll come to you and let's talk about the key players here. Let's start with Dynamos. You know, they haven't really been scoring as much as you expect, you know, the Dynamo sides of yesteryear to have done before. But who are the threats for you in terms of that Dynamo side who can give the goals that can lift them the Chibuku Super Cup?
Looking at Dynamos has been winning by solitary goals mainly. They only scored 2 goals, like in the past games, they only scored in 1 game. So to specifically pick a single player, Dynamos I think have mainly strived on defense. Like I was saying, they've played 5 games, they've scored 3 goals in 5 games. You understand? And you are looking at their opponent, we have scored 11 goals. So to specifically single out a single player, a striker for Dynamos, whom I can say is going to stand out against there's nobody who has reached 6 goals at Dynamos. Because the top scorers chart begins from 6 going upward. So to single-handedly pick someone, it can be a defender who is going to pitch up today, maybe Frank Makarat and score a goal for the team. But we are looking at Ngezi Platinum, there is Benura, there is Obriel. Between the 2 of them, they've scored 20 goals. 2 guys, 20 goals. The other one scored 12, the other one scored 8. Without taking anything away from Dynamos, but they have not been doing good in as far as scoring goals is concerned.
I'll stick with you there and say, all right, one of the person who has scored important goals, maybe not a lot of them, for Dynamos has been Emmanuel Paga. He's been their jack in the box, especially when he's come off the bench. Once again, he is on the bench. Do you see him being an X-factor once again in this Chibuku Super Cup final?
He has done it before, and he has the pedigree to do it again. If he can do it in a league match, maybe a big league match, he can do it in a final. So without taking anything away from Emmanuel Paga, he can still rise up today and score a goal that could end up maybe giving them a ticket back to Africa to redeem themselves. Because they feel undone, hard done, losing on penalties.
All right, so Emmanuel Paga could be the X-factor off the bench for Dynamos. Takunda Benura, I think, has finished the season quite strongly. And from Ngezi Platinum Stars, they've got several players. I think their captain, Kari Amini, Polite Moyo, all those guys have been to finals before and lost. So they'll be looking to sort of remedy that. But Munya, I'll come to you. Obviously, Dynamos, Godi highlighting that defense has been the backbone of their run to this final. Key players for Dimbale going into this final?
Obviously, Shandiro will be there, and one player I would like to mention is Bochwe. He's one player who's very clever and who hasn't been getting enough game time, and who's I think because of the injury is there. We might not speak of fatigue. We might not speak of maybe the only worrying factor for him is match fitness, but. Having seen him play the last few matches and just watching him train, I think he's been someone who's ready to go. And we also have to Yurikop is one player who can be a big hit for Dynamos today, and Mapisa as well. One player who's knocking on the national team door. So I think this is the opportunity and day for him to prove that I'm here to challenge Washi. And this is one of the games that he has to do it.
All right, and David, obviously, which key areas do you think both teams will be looking at and saying, you know what, whether it's the midfield, the defense, or the attack, we need to dominate in these zones to be able to get a result against our opponents?
Yeah, I think it's the central midfield. Normally, games are won in the central midfield. So, like what Munya said, that Bochwe, Shandirwa, you know, those guys, Nyawa, they need to step up their game, you know, in terms of, you know, winning possession, playing, you know, the ball around as well. They also need to counter Ngezi Platinum Stars, because Ngezi, they've been dominating teams, especially in the central midfield, where Hachiro, Marvelous Mkumba, they've been doing fantastically well. And this season, if you look at it, Ngezi has been solid. No, I mean, Ngezi has been quite good from midfield going forward, because they've conceded so many goals, especially in terms of their defense, because they usually play with 3 at the back, then 5 in the central midfield, then two more forwards. And at the end of the day, there are so many gaps in between, especially at the back, where there is Polite Moyo, there is Kudzaichi Guida, there is Carlos Mavurume, there is Gareth Madake, but only 3 will start. And all those guys, they are central their central defenders. So at the end of the day, Dynamos can capitalize on that with a Valentine Kadon the way the fantastic second half of the season. And the other thing is Vale is playing today in the cup final. It's not a league game. He's coming in from Ngezi. I think he was on loan. This is Munya. But then look at the form that he was in, and he scored important goals, especially for Dynamos, whether in the Chibuku or in the league. But at the end of the day, it's how these two teams are going to be applying themselves, especially in the central midfield. Ngezi going forward, they are very dangerous. Dynamos defensively, they've been solid as well this season. But we see who is who, especially in terms of scoring many goals or even defending. But I see a 2-1 win for Ngezi Platinum Stars.
David already coming off the bat with the predictions there. There's a man who's usually very shy of giving us bold predictions, but he's gone in the Ngezi Platinum Stars camp. I wonder if there's anything to do with his allegiance to Captain I don't know, but it's a bit of fun, it's a bit of banter, and we're really excited for this Chibuku Super Cup final. It is Ngezi Platinum Stars taking on the holders, Dynamos. Kickoff at 2:30. We already got the prediction from David. Gotti, I'll get your prediction. Ngezi Platinum Stars versus Dynamos.
1-0 Ngezi Platinum.
All right, so two predictions in favor of Ngezi. Munya, you're a former Dynamos fan, no pressure. But you're also I'm pretty sure you never played for Ngezi, but anyway, you're a football man. Your prediction?
I foresee penalties.
Penalties, yes.
Dynamos will prevail.
Dynamos will prevail on penalties.
Yes.
All right, so those are the predictions. So David and Godfrey, they're going for wins, straight wins from Ngezi Platinum Stars. Munyana Dia says, you know what, it's going to go to penalties, and it'll be Dynamos who reign supreme. But you can follow all the action live here as we give you blow-by-blow action of the 2024 Chibuku Super Cup final. Commentary coming up next.
Welcome to Cinema Buzz, where the laughs are as plentiful as the popcorn. Get ready to tickle your funny bone with 5 hilarious comedy gems from the 2010s. Grab your snacks, things are about to get giggly. First up, we have Bridesmaids. The riotous romp takes us into the world of wedding planning, where friendships are tested and chaos reigns supreme. Kristen Wiig stars as Annie, who's trying to keep her life together while serving as the maid of honor. From disastrous dress
and welcome to the 2024 final of the Chibuku Super Cup, coming to you live from Rufaro Stadium. It is a repeat of the 2023 final as these two teams, Ngezi Platinum Stars versus Dynamos, return for another dance. And it remains to be seen if Ngezi will get their revenge. 2-0 defeat to Dynamos in last year's final, so they miss out on a league and cup domestic double. But this time around, they are back again in the final, and the rivalries will resume between these two clubs. Of course, Dynamos winning their first Chibuku Super Cup title last year at the buildup stadium. But today, at none other than the ceremonial home of Zimbabwe football, these two clubs return once more to try and get their names jotted down in the annals of history. It's a very good afternoon. I am Tinashe Mukono and I'm here with Godfrey Nguozao as we shall be going through the next 90 minutes and possibly more if this game pitches out a different way.
Definitely.
On our screens now, the captains for the day, Frank Makarati and Chibuku, just going through their pre-match rituals to decide how things will pan out today. And if you're just joining us, of course, Dynamos wearing red, which seems to be a lucky omen for them in this cup so far. Ngezi donning navy blue all the way. Quite the stage set for us, Godfrey, for what should be a cracking afternoon of good football.
Oh, yeah, Tinashe, quite an electric Rufaro Stadium here. It brings us back to the glory days when we used to watch the Chawemre was the doctors of this world doing it on the wings today. So today we are looking forward to the Valentine's Kadondo, the Jalais of today, the Neva of today, the Obrio of today, to be delivering the same quality, the same sweet football that the legends like the Chawemre or the London Tassas used to deliver. So it's going to be an electric and thrilling match.
Definitely an afternoon for new heroes to emerge, and there we are seeing Ngezi Platinum Stars in their team huddle going through what can only be a prayer for the higher powers to intervene as soon as they step up onto the pitch. It is the Chibuku Super Cup final, of course, the elite, the top cup competition in the land, and this is how Ngezi Platinum Stars will be lining up today. 5 changes from the lineup that started against Dynamos last season. Of course, Nelson Chajiga comes into the starting lineup replacing Mariam Chang, who has been, of course, the regular starter for Ngezi all along. But for Dynamos, 4 starters remain from last year's successful campaign. Martin Mapisa comes in goal, of course, replaces Prince Tafine Muta. Emmanuel Jalai, fresh from featuring on the Soccer Stars calendar, will be lining up today. Donald Jinyai, Freddy Kansa-Borchwe returns once more to the starting lineup. Of course, his appearance this season was in bursts and fits, but he'll be expecting to have some say today. But the main man for Dynamos is, of course, Valentine Kadonjo. Ngezi here in their blue kits, white socks. Dynamos in an unfamiliar red, but I think it's a sight that people are getting used to, especially as the 2024 season is concerned.
Yes, Tinashe, Dynamos have been doing well wearing that red strap. So it's a bit of a good omen for them, and they are hoping their gods will smile again on them and hopefully clinch this one and return to Africa again, where they feel hard done losing on penalties.
Yeah, so Nelson Chajiga in goals today. Of course, he's one of that elite class for Ngezi that also featured in the 2016 final when they won their maiden cup. After beating FC Platinum 3-1, he'll be expecting to have a big say. Obrel Chirinda, oh man, what a signing he has been for Madamburo. And he comes in today to step up and line up in that starting lineup. 8 league goals after a delayed start to life. And he's coming up against a team, Dynamos, that also delayed his appearance in the league. But it remains to be seen. Martin Mapisa has been solid for Dynamos. And a national team call-up. And today at the big stage, with his captain, Frank Makarati, and Emmanuel Jalai, of course, has been their trump card. Interim coach Lloyd Chigo has described him as the Trojan horse in the Dynamos lineup. But we are up and away here at Rufaro Stadium with Ngezi Platinum Stars attacking from the right to left of your screens, whilst Dynamos will be defending from the city end and attacking the Mbare end. A fine afternoon loading.
Yeah, fine afternoon. Kickoff is just taken off here. And we found Ngezi Platinum attacking the city end and Dynamos attacking the Mbare end, which is the southern grandstand. We are hoping to have sweet football, beautiful football, as Dynamos is passing it around, looking for a breakthrough.
So Freddy Kansa-Borchwe linking up with Emmanuel Ziocha. But Dynamos will hold the patient truth this time. Donald Jinyai, currently sitting on 3 Chibuku Super Cup titles. He's got a chance to make it 4 today. 1 with FC Platinum, 1 with Triangle. Last year, a winner with Dynamos. And today, of course, presented with an opportunity for a bit of personal history. But these players will tell you that the most important thing is the team goal today. So as we get into the second minute of the game, it is Dynamos enjoying the early phases of possession.
Yes, Dynamos enjoying the first Early stages of possession. Danger there for Dynamos. Oh,
Early blistering play from Valentine Kadonzo on loan from Ngezi Platinum Stars, trying to force matters, and the national team coach Michael Nice looking on, obviously noting down some players who have not yet had a chance in the national team. They've got quite a number of players who are featured under the German. But Valentine Kadonzo will deliver this one. Very good corner kick, a bit of confusion in the box. But Ngezi managed to clear their lines, and Dynamos are looking to get the blocks early, off the blocks early on this one. Our center referee is Owen Manenda, and he'll be expecting a busy afternoon. It's a cup final at an iconic venue, but it seems like Nelson Chajga got a bit of a knock there, so he will be attended to. But yeah, not bad for a start in a final.
not bad for a start. Dynamos on the ascendance already, forcing a corner from a shot by Valentine Kadonzo that was deflected by a defender, and there we watch Nelson Chajga misjudging a cross that almost got headed into an empty net, but the defender cleared it off the line. So now Nelson Chajga, I think, has gotten a bit of a knock, and they're attending to him.
Yeah, so heading into this match, Ngezi were the better team in terms of form guide. With the way that the season concluded, you would be expecting them to have a bit of an upper hand, but cup finals are never that straightforward, and really it can be anyone's game on their day, as we saw last season when Dynamos pulled a surprise,
A shocker.
at the buildup. So Sami Urikob is one of those players who will be expected to lead the charge for Dynamos. His season has been disrupted by a bit of injury, but a very hard worker off the ball.
Yeah, definitely. A final being a final, yes, form comes into play, but a final being a final, anybody can rise on the day. Look at Dynamos, they're getting a free kick in Ngezi Platinum's off. They've continued with their attack from where they started from. Nyawa putting the ball down. Play to the flank on the right to Emmanuel Jalai.
Jalai touches it back to Donald Zinyai, who will trust his keeper Martin Mapisa with restarting the play. It's a fine afternoon. The sun is out. No serious threats of rain yet. And we should be expecting uninterrupted play. A storming run into the box there. Perfect link up, but Valentine Kadonzo had just strayed offside after some enterprising work from Emmanuel Ziocha. They've been the two catalysts of Dynamos Renaissance under Lloyd Chigoe in his interim capacity. Dynamos executive, we are seeing there part of the esteemed guests that are following proceedings this afternoon from Rufaro Stadium. Chiguira goes long. But a bit of misjudging off the ball from Adams Ngwena. Brilliant pass from Shadrack Nyawa. Kadonzo from distance.
Wow.
But Nelson Chajga equal to the task. He's looking lively. He would like to make a statement.
Valentine Kadonzo definitely have started off the box very well, taking his second shot of the game, of the half. The first one got deflected into a corner. Now the goalkeeper, he forced the goalkeeper into a save. Dynamos continues to attack.
Yeah, of course, Valentine Kadonzo is the leading scorer for Dynamos this season. He's sitting on 7 goals, 5 in the league, 1 in the Confederations Cup, and 1 in the Chibuku Super Cup. Will he have a chance to add to his tally? It certainly looks like he wants to, and given a chance, he's a man in top form. But Ngezi just winning a free kick there. Obrel Chirinda.
Yeah, he's talking about Valentine Kadonzo. He's looking set to add to his tally. Considering the first few minutes that have been played, he has been very lively. If he was to continue like that, chances are high he might get his goal. He might get his 8th of the season.
Martin Mapisa will try to organize his team. It's a long way out, but you wouldn't put it past this Ngezi side to try and have a crack from distance. Looks like Never Tigere will be fencing this one. Ngezi have been in serious goal-scoring form heading into this game. Of course, 11 goals in their last 5 games. Absolutely crushing a 3-1 victory over Caps United, 2-0 over Dynamos, 4-0 over Rentals, and 1-1 draws against Chickenin and Pikita Minerals. But today, a different day, different game. Together! Oh, that was beautiful. Martin Mapisa going full stretch to knock it out. Takunda Benura tried to pick up the pieces, but my oh my, a very, very good start from both teams.
That was a scorching drive from Never Together there from distance.
But then you're looking at the posture, at the frame of Martin Mapisa, it was always going to favor the goalkeeper, but the precision, take nothing away from that free kick.
Yeah.
Really, really good start to the game.
Very, very good start. Great technique, great power behind the ball there. Hitting the crossbar. Hitting the crossbar, Never Together. Both teams looking lively and raring to go.
Delightful dink forward, but it stopped. Kuzai Chiguida finding the run of Chamboko, of Never Together rather. The pass is needlessly given away, so Ngezi will reclaim possession from the middle of the park to find Gareth Madake. But Dynamos have been so disciplined in their setup and ultra defensive role setup as it stands, and opening up play from the wide areas. Very fluent passing from Ngezi. Richard Achiro ran into trouble. Makarati now. Obro Chirinda head straight offside. Of course, he kept the play on. If the video assistant referee was on, it would be within his rights, but the flag had already gone up.
If only we had VAR, yes, Tinashe. But unfortunately, the referee had blown his whistle already.
Yeah, the second assistant, Clarice Simango, had her flag lifted up, and Tek Chirabi looking to add to his collection as the head coach of Ngezi. Of course, he won the Kasolaga Premier Soccer League Championship, then lost in the Chibuku final. He's had stints, of course, with the national team, but now hoping to avenge for the way things ended last season. So Dynamos escaping that one.
Yeah, Dynamos is escaping that one. Offside against Obreo Chirinda.
Pochway to Urikop, Kadonzo. Chiguida was decisive, but Never Together will lead the charge. Obreo Chirinda is free on the near side, but so far no more. Chinyerere has had a very busy start.
Definitely.
A flash of nerves maybe from Martin Mapisa.
Yeah. Weaker foot there, clearing the ball with his weaker foot and fluffing it for Ngezi Platinum's throw-in.
Together with a decent cross into the box, but the hard-running Obreo Chirinda will keep it in play. Much to the dismay of the Madamuro faithful housed in the city end. Yeah, so refereeing decisions, of course, will always invite crazy reactions from fans. But I think Dynamos have been disciplined so far in terms of their backline and trying to make sure that that offside trap is in full flow.
Yeah.
A risky way to leave, but quite effective if you master the craft.
Very risky way to leave, especially playing against a team that have scored 11 goals in the past 5 games. It's not a good tactic at all, but working for them right now, working in their favor so far. But very, very, very risky, like you put it, Nasha.
Richard Achiro, the midfield general, holding things down. Oh, swift work there. And the charge is on with Ngezi Platinum Stars tearing through the middle. Marvin Gaki had set up Obreo Chirinda, but again, the offside flag is up. It's electrifying. It's a match you cannot afford to take your eyes off for a single minute. Only 10 minutes played, but man, what explosion, what electricity.
Yeah. Too electric. Dynamos took the first minutes attack, and now Ngezi Platinum is taking the ascendance again. Attack after attack again in offside, but this time around It was tight, and Aubrey had a chance also to take a shot, though it was blocked by a defender. But we see Ngezi Platinum forcing Dynamos into defending in desperation.
So Dynamos' bright start seems to have been pegged back a little bit as Ngezi begin to find their way. A lovely touch from Emmanuel Jalai. He's been a menace down that left channel for Dynamos all season. He's got pace for days and good technique, but I think maybe if you're to look for an aspect of his game that needs to be refined, it must be that final cross. Otherwise, you're looking at one of the brightest stars of the 2024 season.
Definitely, Nache. Emmanuel Jalai, vast challenge there. Good ball control. You could see in the first touch that he made when the cross field pass was given to him. And the takeoff taking on the defender. But the final pass now, which is the cross, the final cross into dangerous areas, into the box, is what is a sticking factor now.
Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward for Dynamos and their vice captain in terms of what they need to do. But now back in defensive duties, knocks it back to Martin Mapisa, who is very comfortable with the ball at his feet, but also when required to pull out a save, he can make things happen. Tanaka Shandirwa.
Yes, we see Dynamos passing it around.
So while Dynamos is wearing all red from head to toe, the Vietnam stand, of course, a sea of blue and white with sprinklings of red, as you'd expect. Part of the crowd was treated to a brilliant performance from Alec Macheso, extra basso earlier on before a kickoff. Also a bit of entertainment from Villa One Gule Club. But now, the main business of the day, as Sydney Urikob links up. That one will go high and wide, speculative, but very good promise from Emmanuel Zwocha.
Yeah, it was a right shot from Emmanuel Zwocha, but it's all good. It's good to shoot. If you don't shoot, you don't score.
Nyasha Sanyamandi with the ZIFA Normalization Committee member there, also following proceedings, a lawyer, the profession, of course. And Nelson Chajga hasn't had quite a scare since saving that early effort from Valentine Kadonjo.
Yeah, he has been comfortable lately. He only had a scare in the first few minutes, but comfortable.
Chirinda finds space, but Jinyai is solid. Sakunda Benura Jalai going full steam into that challenge. Adams Ngwena from distance. It was always going to peter out.
You know, one thing that I like about football, Tinashe, you saw the shot that was taken right now, you know, by Ngwenya Bite. The coach, Tekshua Chiragi, clapping hands for him. You know, like I was saying, with the shooting pace. The coach applauding Ngwenya for shooting.
Yep, Adams Ngwenya, of course, the exuberance of youth. But Emmanuel Zwocha now working it with Tanaka Shandirwa. Brilliant turn. That's a miscued pass now. And Ngezi can pick up the pieces with a young Mune Marvin Gaki there to find Takunda Benura, their leading scorer yet again this season on 12 goals in the league. It's been topsy-turvy so far, but some control is beginning to get established in the middle of the park as Ngezi play short little passes with support play very close by, whilst Dynamos has preferred to go on expansive. Chamboko teasing Shadrack Nyawa. Gareth Madake incisive, but surely the flag will be up again. Fifth offside for Ngezi inside the opening 15 minutes. Make what you want of that. But yep, it's the game for everyone. And all the colors are out as we celebrate the beautiful game this afternoon at Rufaro Stadium. 15 minutes played, scoreline still goalless.
Dynamos working their offside trap well there. They're working it well. They have caught Ngezi Platinum offside 5 times inside the 15 minutes, so they are doing it very, very fine. They need to keep the concentration high though.
Shadrack Nyawa dicing with death, but managing to escape unscratched. as Mapisa finds no more Chinyerere. He had a very good spell in the season, chipped in with a couple of assists. Oh, that looked very
Dangerous.
badly judged there. Marvin Gaki and Frederick Ansa Bochwe. So, of course, Bochwe had his struggles with injuries, but during his absence, we saw some players in that midfield rising to the occasion. Temptation Chiunga was massive for Dynamos in many games.
Yes.
And today, they are also missing the services of Donald Mudadi, of course, through suspension. And that must be a real blow for Dynamos. But they've got able players.
A real blow indeed. They've got able players, but they would do well with Mudadi in their ranks. But anyway.
Yeah, Dynamos making a meal of that one, but earning a free kick just outside the box. And a number of takers will be fancying that one.
Yeah, dangerous position just outside the box. Dangerous position indeed.
You can see the Rumbidzai Muyambuki of Ngezi Platinum Stars. A powerhouse as far as women in football are concerned. No prizes for guessing who she's supporting today, of course.
Yeah. No guessing there. It's quite obvious. It's quite obvious whom she's backing there.
It's pretty obvious. So Tanaka Shandirwa and Valentine Kadonzo lining up behind this one. You can only imagine if Issa Sadiki was in the starting lineup. He knows how to curl one.
With the cultured left footer.
Definitely so. A four-man war to protect Nelson Chajga in the 18th minute. He's a man in top form, up against his parent club.
Top form indeed.
Kadonzo disappointing, only managing to find the signage behind the goal.
The advertising board there.
Taking the worst of his shot.
Yeah.
But when you're talking of course, the Soccer Stars finalists were released, the 11 best players of the league, and obviously, as it is every year, a lot of conversation and debate ensued. But when you're talking of some honorable mentions, players who probably didn't make it, Valentine Kadonzo can easily be considered in that bracket.
Definitely.
He's been good.
He's been very good throughout the season. It's just that maybe the guys would have done well also. There would be many, and the ones in charge of selecting.
Driving run from Marvin Gaki ends in disappointing fashion, and he apologizes to his teammates. Takunda Benura was hoping to pick up the play and maybe try to link up with Obrel Chirinda, who was just in front of him.
Yes, Marvin Gaki there. He has got loads and loads of energy, but now messing up his shot there. At times when you work so hard to create space for yourself, you need to pass to your mate who still have got energy and will be standing in the right position than to try and take the shot yourself.
Martin Mapisa looking a bit nervous in certain instances of the game, but he hasn't been punished yet so far for any errors in judgment. But now looking for options. You know, in social football, there's a saying sometimes when people are encouraged to marry your men, and I think that's what Ngezi are doing anytime that Dynamos is looking to start play. Has been very effective so far.
You stick to your men, marry your men. Ngezi Platinum are marrying their men there. No free room whatsoever.
Yvonne Manwa. Nicely worked from Kadonzo. It's skied by Emmanuel Ziwacha. That was a very good chance.
Very good chance.
Brilliant play down the right flank. A drawback. Ziwacha just had to direct and pass that one into the net. He's had better days. That should have counted.
He lacked technique and precision there. Good technique. You should have forced the keeper into yourself or right to the back of the net. That was a very good chance for Dynamos there. Very good chance.
A good chance gone begging, and most of the good work has obviously been done by Valentine Kadonzo linking up with Ziwocha there. But they did not test Nelson Chajga, who had quite another outstanding season. For 2 seasons in the row, making it onto the calendar. 17 clean sheets in the league. He's been decent. Maybe more than decent, but brilliant link up again as Ziwocha gets another bite. He tried to dance his way. It's still with Shadrack Nyawa. Oh man, Richard Hachiro was in the way. And the play will resume. Edge of your seat kind of stuff.
Yes, Dynamos creating chances now, chance after chance. Ziwocha looks like he has found his groove now, dancing his way into good spaces there. Only the shot was blocked, but he has done excellent footwork there, excellent work.
Yeah, the Ngezi players looked a bit flat-footed in that instance, but they recovered perfectly with Chiguida. But now Gaki engaged in a foot race with Martin Mapisa, who will let this one run out of play. And the photographers get a chance to feel Teksho Chiragwi furious.
Yeah,
he's one who's very particular about the way his defenses line up.
Definitely. Teki can only be furious because the defense is giving too much room to the Dynamos attackers there. Anytime they can concede, he has every reason to shout at them there.
Yeah. So it's still anyone's game. Other teams have been changing their spells of domination. Kazai Chiguida sends it long. He finds the runoff. Obrel Chirinda, first time! And it's a goal! Oh, it's
my
fantastic!
God.
What a hit! Obrel Chirinda, straight from defense.
Oh my God! These are the goals for the final.
You can paint that up in any museum. That was a work of art.
That was a
Perfect
beautiful
technique
goal. Well taken shot, well taken out volley by Obrel Chirinda there.
That was
Beautiful.
a ball that was sent over the top from Kudzai Chiguida, and Obrel Chirinda, first time after spotting Martin Mapisa off his goal line to open the scoring in this final of the Chibuku Super Cup.
Nobody was expecting that. It was just a floated long ball from defense into attack. And Obrel there, he pitches up with a half volley, putting it into the back of the net, leaving the goalkeeper stranded.
So the player that was pursued by Dynamos in the off-season, embroiled in a bitter ownership struggle, comes to haunt them in the final of the Chibuku Super Cup. 9th goal of the season for Obrel. He's been fantastic. And that was some pure instinctive play from a player of the highest quality. 1-0 Ngezi.
A player of highest quality with a goal of highest quality also.
So they were on the losing end last season, Dynamos winning 2-0, but this time around, Ngezi draw the first blood. What can Dynamos offer in response?
That was a beautiful, beautiful goal. Let's look for a response from Dynamos. We're expecting them to respond since they are playing in front of their home fans at Mbare here. They pass it around in the defense, the build-up zone, looking to create something. Let's see how they will respond.
Obrel Chirinda was on a tear for Bulawayo Chiefs last season. His form ended him collapse in the national team. Almost ran away with the golden boot. That was of course won by Takunda Benura. He missed a number of games on national duty, but since he got cleared to play for Ngezi, Sydney Uriko just flashing across the face of goal, almost offering an immediate response.
Definitely almost there, creating something for Dynamos out of nothing. Dynamos are looking to respond.
Well, if you love your football fast and furious, red and raw, this is the game for you. It's been end-to-end stuff as these two teams just go at each other. And if you are hearing that roar and protest, it is Martin Mapisa who's being berated by the Dynamos fans. We did mention it early on. He looked a bit nervous in moments.
He did.
I think But in that case, I mean,
And you know what the supporters' case there is. They are telling him to go back to his goal because they believe that the goal that went in, he was off his line, but it was just a goal that came out of nothing. You can't blame him for that. It was the highest quality from Obriel Chirinda.
yes, Mapisa, a very towering man, very tall, but when you're off your line, it can easily go over your head. Pun not intended.
You can appear short, even though you are tall. Dynamos looking to pass it around from the back, trying to build up into the build-out zone in the midfield. Frank Makarati now passing it wide to Nyawa. Nyawa hitting it forward. Good ball protection there from Bochman. They lose position.
So Ngezi protecting a 1-0 lead, in control of things in this Chibuku Super Cup final. Talent Chamboko. Hachiro finding space every single time. Gareth Madake touches it back to his captain who provided the assist in this game. That was delightful. He's a survivor from their squad, of course. In 2016, he was in the starting lineup.
Yes.
He's a veteran, this one.
Yes, he's the mainstay there.
Valentine Kadonzo tearing into the box from the left. Straight at Nelson Chajga. But the threat is still there, Godfrey. They might be in the lead, but the danger is ever present.
Yes, the threat is still there. We see Obriel coming deep and losing position there, and Valentine Kadondo with another shot. Body swerve shooting to the goalkeeper and left and forcing the goalkeeper to make a save.
And our goal scorer protecting it well and touches it back to Adams Ngwena. Tanaka Shandirwa has been a bit quiet in the game, but he's got that ability to just turn on the style and unlock things when you least expect it. Ziwocha and Kadonzo, the two darlings of the moment, linking up beautifully. A well-timed tackle. And Ngezi recover to launch the counter. But then the Vietnam stand becoming very animated and agitated. And Valentine Kadonzo remains on the floor. And the center referee, Owen Manenda, has been very effective, but now explaining his decision there to Frank Makarati. You have played in the final of the Chibuku Super Cup here at Rufaro Stadium. When the crowd gets worked up like that, Godfrey.
Yeah, you just have to keep your head level. You just have to remain level-headed, because the final is always a final, and it comes with its own pressures. The players there on the field, they'll be having pressure. You miscontrol a ball, it's pressure. The supporters won't understand that you fail to control the ball. So you just have to remain level-headed and play your usual game, your normal game. Those finals come with their pressures all the time.
Yeah, so whoever wins the final today joins FC Platinum and Harare City as the two teams that have won the Chibuku Super Cup twice. And there the Yada Stars coach Thomas Ruziwe, he must be loving what he's seeing, though he's a neutral in this game. He managed to steer the Miracle Boys from relegation. They played some fine football again this season, but I think in the end a let off cutting edge in front of goal in key moments was probably their biggest letdown. But it's been a decent campaign. They lost to Dynamos in the quarterfinal stage of the Chibuku Super Cup. The match had ended 1-1. Valentine Kadonzo was on target, cancelling out Prosper Kafela Pangila's goal before it went to penalties, where Dynamos ran out 5-3 victors flawless from the penalty spot. Frank Makarati, Eli Lunga, Valentine Kadomzo, Emmanuel Paga, and Emmanuel Jalai doing the damage. The only blemish in that performance, of course, was the red card that was shown to Donald Mudadi, who is missing from action today. And interestingly, both these teams have had to go via penalty shootout in the quarterfinals and the semi-final stage. So it's interesting to see if we might be pushed all the way today.
Penalties, yeah. It's possible, it's quite possible. Looking at how Dynamos are responding now, they can get an equalizer and probably push the game into extra time and eventually into penalties.
Yep, so Shadrach Nyawa will restart with Frank Makarati, a bit of a shuffling. You can see Donald Drinyai has shifted into central defense. I think they are looking more for his passing ability. Goes searching for Emmanuel Jalai, a little too long in the end. As Mr. Teach would say, it's the commentator's case. I shouldn't have mentioned his passing in that instance, because he then went on to overheat a pass.
That was the overheat long pass from Nyawa there, intended for Emmanuel Jalai.
So we are in the 33rd minute of the 2024 Chibuku Super Cup final, a repeat of the 2023 one, but the losing finalists, the runners-up, Ngezi Platinum Stars, are the one in charge at the moment. Takunda Benura, brilliant footwork as he pirouettes in the midfield. The goal scorer, Obrel Chirinda, patient work from Ngezi. Shadrach Nyawa showing a bit of industry himself, gets the apology from Obrel Chirinda. So Obrel Chirinda got the opening goal to hand Ngezi the 1-0 advantage in the opening stages of the game. Dynamos have been looking to find their way in the game afterwards, but of course they might be looking like they're dead and buried. But in the semi-final, if you remember, Godfrey, Manika Diamonds were leading after Brett Amidu scored inside 20 minutes. Then Emmanuel Paga came off the bench to strike 4 minutes into additional time. Emmanuel Jalai was looking for more there, but it will be a free kick. But like I was saying, Dynamos, of course, storming late on in the semi-final to make it 1-1, then going on to win in the penalty shootout. Ngezi will know that it's far from over, of course.
It is definitely far from over, Tinashe, because the game cannot be decided by a solitary goal that would have been scored in the first half. As we can see, Dynamos are attacking, and like you're saying, Emmanuel Paga can rise again from the bench and score an equalizer, and Dynamos goes on to win it in the penalty shootout. So it's still game on. Still a lot to play for.
Yeah, he's been one of their key men, key impact players, if I must say. But let's see what Nomo Chinyerere can do from this one. It's a poor delivery as the wall does its job at the first time of asking. Jalai forced to play to Mapisa. He's full of confidence. Just look how far off his line he is. A sweeper keeper.
He is a super keeper indeed.
A bit of that Spanish influence.
Yes. Maybe. Spanish influence. They are watching the Spanish goalkeepers, even the Manchester City goalkeeper Ederson. He likes doing it, playing with his defense.
Yeah, he had a bit of a stint as well in Spanish football. And Obrel Chirinda is on the floor, but Dynamos, of course, have no obligation to stop play unless if it's a head injury. So our play will continue as Emmanuel Jalai sends one that is easily cleared by Kuzai Chiguida, and a chance for the goal scorer to get attended to.
Yeah, this is Obrel Chirinda's second time he's lying on the turf. I think there's something wrong with his ankle there. When they were attending to to Valentine Kadondo there, he also went down there, but they didn't notice he had to walk to the touchline. They gave him water, then he went back to continue. So I think there's something that is going on with his ankle. I think he has gotten a knock of some sort.
Yeah, Ngezi Platinum Stars fans will be sweating over his fitness. He's quite the fighter, quite the bowler. And when you're talking of minutes to goals ratio, he's up there with the very best of them. But yeah, he's signaling that he's okay to continue and is allowed to rejoin the field of play.
Definitely he's a fighter and would like to fight on.
Takunda Benura goes deep to help out his defense. Chalai yet again, that final ball failing him in key moments. I think that's a sign of frustration more than anything else. Sydney Urikob looking a little short of ideas and creativity there.
Sydney Urikob, no, he just took that hurried shot. He was not comfortable. You'd rather have looked for a teammate there than to take a shot, because it was a hurried shot that was obviously going over the bar. The moment he decided to take it, he was not having a good posture. He was not standing well there.
You've heard people talk of how demanding the Dynamos fans are. Some people have even joked that it's probably a hotter seat than the national team one when you're coaching Dynamos. But I think Sydney Urikob, despite his challenges, is one of those players who has seemed to have the full backing of the supporters. I think they love his hard-working style, and now he can link up with Tanaka Shandirwa or Richard Hachiro. Decisive. He had to time that one very well. And just a toe poke.
Richard Hachiro always turns up, but I want to go back to Urikob, where you have said he has always gotten a favor, love from the supporters. As a footballer, Tinashe, you have to have something that the supporters love. It's either you have the energy, the work ethic, you are always there when it matters most. Supporters will love you for that, and they overlook certain shortcomings that you might have. So you must have something that the supporters will love you for.
Yeah, so for Sydney Urikob, if not the goals, it has to be his work rate. But it looks like Dynamos are about to make an early change, because here on the near side, Emmanuel Paga, the trump card, is out to replace Valentine Kadonzo. I think we'll try to find out what could be the reason. Maybe he picked an injury in that incident. He seems to be in tears.
Yes, Tinashe, like I was saying, that Valentine Kadonzo, I saw him tumbling on the touchline there. I think he hit his ankle or something. He's in tears, the young man. He really wanted to play and perform and score a goal for his Dynamos team today, but unfortunately injury has forced him out, and he's replaced by none other than Emmanuel Paga.
Yeah, very sad for Valentine Kadonzo. He was so good when he was playing, and you can see how much this means to him as he has to exit the field of play with tears, having no more say in this final. But the man who has replaced him, Emmanuel Paga, has shone brightest in the Chibuku Super Cup. He came off the bench to strike one for Dynamos last season in the 2023 final. And of course, he's got a lot of ability. He was on target in their opening match against ZPC Kariba here at Rufaro Stadium. Then he was on target again in the semi-final against Manika Diamonds, the late show we were talking about.
Yes, Tinashe.
So 2 goals in the Chibuku Super Cup this season. Can he bail Dynamos out once more today?
He has been chipping in with important goals, and I expect him to carry on. I would wish he scores again so that he becomes Mr. Chibuku.
Yeah, of course, the leading scorer in Chibuku Super Cup history, William Manondo, Mr. Chibuku himself, is probably watching this one along with the rest of the world. After Caps United got dumped out by Ngezi Platinum Stars at the Buildup Stadium. Nicely done from Chirinda to find Talent Chamboko. Well, that's a tight one. The ball seemed like it was still in play. Chamboko, of course, was on target against Simba.
Yeah, I think it needed VAR for it to check if it's the whole circumference of the ball didn't go out.
We might need Hawkeye for this one.
Yes, we might need that.
Early into action now. Emmanuel Paga finds Ziwocha to July. The three Emmanuels linking up brilliantly from Paga to Ziwocha to July. They would have wished the ball had fallen to an attacker. He shot like a defender there.
He shot like a defender, and it was a well-worked ball there. Emmanuel Paga, like we said, he has it in him. Playing the ball from the left, passing it to his teammate, following up, return to him, passing it again to Ziwocha, and again laying it for Emmanuel Paga, Emmanuel Jalai, but the final execution was not there. We'll forgive him because he's a defender, but next time I hope he will do much better.
Yeah, still signs of life from the Glamour Boys on their favorite hunting ground. It can easily turn into a theater of nightmares if things don't go your way, but Ngezi have been good value for their money and the lead this afternoon. Chalai way off his line, failed to control that one. Kenin Debele, the PSL Secretary General, looking on, a football man if there ever was one.
Definitely a football boss.
The VVIP and everyone else treated to quite a final that we're having today. There's nothing flat about this performance. There's been two teams hungry for success, having a go at each other.
Yeah, and they're giving people good value for their money here.
You know, last season when they met Ngezi Platinum Stars were the champions, Dynamos were looking to salvage the season.
And
they did salvage it. So the two representatives in the African Safari for 2024, Ngezi in the Champions League, Dynamos in the Confederations Cup, meet again. But unlike last season, where Ngezi could afford to win and Dynamos would still go to Africa, today only one will go because the other representative are the league champions, Simba Bora.
Yes, it's unfortunate that today there's only one ticket to Africa, and it has to be one team that goes through. Unlike last season, like you're saying, Tinashe, that even if Ngezi Platinum had won it, still Dynamos were going to represent Zimbabwe in Africa in the Confederation Cup, and Ngezi likewise would represent Zimbabwe in the Champions League. Today, this year is a different story altogether.
Yeah, so as Godfrey rightly said, it's one ticket to Africa. You sound like a marketing man there. If you were to hype up your players at halftime, yeah. Gentlemen, remember there is only one ticket to Africa.
Definitely.
And so far it is Ngezi who have one hand on it. Yes. But yeah, we've just received confirmation Valentine Kadonzo has been withdrawn through injury. So we wish him well, all the best, and quite unfortunate for him to leave the match.
Yeah, quite unfortunate for the young man who was doing brilliantly in the opening stages of this game.
Another poor distribution from Martin Mapisa. He's not having his finest moments this afternoon. You might want to wonder if it's the occasion that is getting to him, but you'd expect him really to have a very strong mentality. It was a beautiful goal from Obrel Chirinda, but the goalkeeper could also have done better. But now, Bochwe to Paga. No conviction in the shot. As Dynamos pile on the pressure, with 45 minutes played, there will be 3 additional minutes for Dynamos to find a response and for Ngezi to either extend or maintain their lead.
3 minutes to be added on to the 45. Let's see if Dynamos can conjure something here.
Nelson Chajga will collect that one. Gareth Madake pumping it forward to only find Frank Makarati. Dynamos playing with a bit of desperation and urgency, trying to go on level terms before the halftime break. Ziwacha takes it nicely to the far post. Apologies will come from Tendaka Shandirwa, who will be looking to make his football do the talking after being in the news for all crazy sorts of reasons. Caps United claimed that he had signed a pre-contract with them. Yada came out with a statement claiming that he's still their player. They had no idea where that was coming from. Dynamos chipping in with a say as well. So a very wanted man,
Yes,
a very
wanted man.
trending man. But one thing we can't argue or debate on is that he's got immense talent in him, and we are yet to see the best of Tanaka Shandirwa.
He really does have a good talent in him, and like you put it, Nashe, we are still to see the best of him. He has a lot to offer, and I want to believe that if you are involved in a lot of controversy, at times it gets into your head and it will affect your performances. I hope this coming season you have a clear mind, a clear mindset, and he can show us what really Tanaka Shandirwa has up his sleeves.
Yeah, you know what they say, the off-season is almost like the silly season. A lot of speculation, transfer rumors, things will be going on, adjustments. Maybe some of the players we're seeing on the pitch today will be donning different shirts next season. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. It is the final of the Chibuku Super Cup. And as we play the last few seconds of the first half, it is Ngezi who are leading by a goal to nil. Obrel Chirinda with a beautifully executed first-time volley that went over Martin Mapisa, was off his line. And since then, Dynamos have been trying to get a response, but it's been heavy weather for the Glamour boys in front of their fans. But that man, he's been solid. He's been brilliant. You can also understand why Dynamos were so eager for his signature in the off-season. He missed 14 games of the regular season in the PSL, but the minute he got cleared to play, he was off the blocks like a man on fire. And today, he has come up trumps again. His pace has been a handful. His determination has been solid. But for Ngezi, what a disciplined team performance. Despite the scoreline, Dynamos have been very good as well. They've had their moments, but precision is everything in this game. And Emmanuel Jalai and company will head to the dressing rooms on knowing that they have it in their hands to master a response of some sort and try to get back into this match. It's the final of the Chibuku Super Cup at Rufaro Stadium.
Get ready. All in one place. Introducing the new Zim Digital Decoder so you can enjoy more in full HD for free without monthly subscriptions. You can now get to enjoy Zimbabwe's best and new TV and radio channels on the Zim Digital Decoder countrywide. All you need to do is purchase your Zim Digital Decoder for $25 or Zig equivalent. This is a once-off payment for the decoder, no monthly subscriptions. Hurry and get your Zim Digital Decoder at Transmedia Offices, Broadcasting Authority of Zimbabwe, Kingstones, Ground Floor, Harare, and all TV broadcasters. Zim Digital, Tirimotese, Sonke Scorn.
When the heart loses rhythm, only one thing is certain. Yet, Zimbabwe's cardiothoracic surgeons are on call 24/7 to rescue the situation. From the hospital operating theatre, ZTN Prime introduces a new reality series, Heartbeat. Watch every moment as top surgeons perform open heart surgery, heal ailing hearts, and restore smiles to many faces. Get to know the intricacies of human anatomy and whether the heart can stop beating and still pump again. Heartbeat, exclusively on ZTN Prime, DSTV, channel 294.
Passing, Billiard knocks it. Chipangura! Rocket!
Looking for a way through and here.
Chance here!
Join the excitement of every goal in Zimbabwe's Premier Soccer League. Log on to ZTN's catch-up service at www.ztn.co.zw. Watch your favorite football stars. Experience every key moment on the field of play with the ZTN catch-up. Nakirwa ne catch-up. Wona ipapo ipapo, konapo konapo.
Music and over running. I need to fire as one Zim that Machisu.
Old school chair, old school chair.
What Jalav, Chibaba Chaka but a ghetto race and don't Makara Swakava.
I only going to test the meter. Energy is in a Ghana no calculator. This is a
DJ on the move.
Whether you are a kid or an old man, football gives you an equal opportunity to live the dream. This beautiful game lets us dream and live that dream in someone else's shoes. And dreams are what keeps us alive. Keep dreaming with the Kasolaga Premier Soccer League. Bora Redu, March to December, live on ZTN Prime.
Doing very well there on the left, and they were creating chances. They failed to score. Then the game turned against them. Then Ngezi started bombarding them. They conceded a goal. The keeper was off his line. We don't know where he was going. It was excellent technique, excellent yet up from the striker. A striker is always a striker. He knows where the goal is. So Dynamos, they've been lapsing in concentration. After conceding, they are now rushing their shots like Ziwoda. Over bar, next over bar. If you shoot and you find you are not getting it, pass to your teammate. Just go back to the basics. Pass to your next teammate so that you can get a simple goal. You know, during our playing days, the coach will say it, if you shoot, make sure you score. If you don't score and you don't give a simple pass to your teammate, then you have to pay a fine. They must just pass the ball to a better position, the player, to get a better scoring chance than you. That is what Dynamos have to do. Going into the second half, like you have said, what does Chibuku have to do? Chibuku has to come back and go back to the basics that have been giving him wins back. You don't have to change something that has been giving you wins. You don't have to try and inherit an opponent's formation because they have struck you, they have scored against you. You can only consider more. So Dynamos coming back into the second half, Chibuku has to tell them, guys, let's go and work. You don't put somebody who has not been playing, somebody who is not fit, into a final. A final is a do or die. You are winning it today, not tomorrow. You lose today, it's done. So Dynamos have to come back and put their game together, put themselves together. They have got a left, a right, polite, right-sided defense for Ngezi Platinum. He's not good going forward. He's not fast like Jeff Sambi has put it. They have to explore that. Valentine Kadunde has been exploring that. What has changed now? Keep exploring where the weakness of your opposition is, and you can get goals. Vale went there, he took 2 shots before he went off. He forced the goalkeeper into 2 saves. So Dynamos must explore the right where the Polite is. Never also is not complimenting Polite when they are defending. We go here, right side, Dynamos, Emmanuel Jalai, he is good with the ball, excellent technique, no final ball. I don't want to praise my brother here, but when it came to final ball, Jeff did YouTube on the forehead with it.
Don't start, Godfrey, don't start.
Because honestly speaking, Emmanuel Jalai, very good on the ball. Very good in getting in those positions. Where is the final ball?
Where is the final ball? I guess that's the question that Aloy will hope his boys can answer going into the second half. Remember, this is a repeat of the 2023 final, which Dynamos won, winning by 2-0. But at the halftime break, here at Rufaro Stadium in Harare, it is Ngezi Platinum Stars who are halfway to exacting some form of revenge. They lead by 1-0. The goal there coming from Obreo Trina. Just your thoughts quickly, Munya, before we go into the second half. What does Tekshua Chiragwe do now? Does he consolidate and protect that lead? Does he go for more goals? What's the approach from Ngezi Platinum Stars going into this second 45?
I think taking it to just keep on controlling the game like what he did in the first half, because they controlled much of the game. Then when they're in possession, when they're off position, I think they need to do more of that and keep on creating chances like what they're doing. And maybe they can get a second goal or 2 more. But for now, I think they're playing as a unit. They just need to keep on playing like that and just minimize Dynamos from making those clear-cut chances. And Dynamos has resorted to shooting from afar just because of that solid compactness.
David, I'll leave you to make the final ball before we get into the second half. High praises from Godfrey there, but your final thoughts before we get back.
I think with Dynamos, they need to control the midfield. That's where the problem is. As long as they don't control the midfield, as long as Nyawa is not, commanding the midfield, there are going to be more problems. Because remember, Shandirwa as well, he's now drifting wide to the left, joining the attack. But he's good more on the central, especially when they have the ball. When they are marking, Bochway and Nyawa, they really need to up their game. Destroy everything in the center of the midfield.
All right, so the teams are back out here on the field at Rufaro. We'll get back to our commentary. It is second half action coming up. It is Ngezi Platinum Stars leading by a goal to nil against Dynamos. The goal there from Obrio Chirinda. Second half coming up.
Welcome back to the second half of the 2024 Chibuku Super Cup final, coming to you live from Rufaro Stadium this beautiful Saturday afternoon. And we went to the break. It is Ngezi Platinum Stars dressed in navy who are leading by a goal to nil, courtesy of a beautiful goal scored by that man in your picture, Obrel Chirinda, off an assist that was provided by Chiguida. And now Dynamos having it all to do in the second half. Will they find a way back into the game? It remains to be seen. But now we are up and running again. Dynamos, of course, losing their most lively player of the first half to injury, Valentine Kadonjo, an apparent hamstring injury, ruling him out of contention to be replaced by Emmanuel Paga. So now Ngezi will be attacking from left to right of your screens, while Dynamos will be attacking from right to left. And in case you're just joining us and wondering what is going on, Dynamos are dressed in red from head to toe, whilst Ngezi are donning their famous navy blue. Madamburo up against the Glamour Boys. Second half underway here at Rufaro Stadium. Chiguida just losing out to Emmanuel Paga, but recovering just in time to tee up his goalkeeper, Nelson Chajga, who bails him out. Emmanuel Jalai sending the crowd on edge. Beautiful done by Sene Urikob. Gareth Madake composed as you like. Adams Gwena, Takunda Benura to Hachiro, who keeps things steady for Ngezi Platinum Stars.
Yeah, controlling that midfield. Richard Hachiro is one player who is positionally disciplined. He never leaves his hole there, protecting the defense and the midfield. We see Ngezi Platinum again attacking a touchback from Obriel to Majake. Now Marvin Gaki, one touch to Never to get it. Back to Mam. Oh, good defending there from Nyawa. Now Emmanuel Paga in possession. Good pass inside. Richard Ashiro there controlling things from the midfield. Passing it around to Ngwena.
So Ngezi still enjoying great possession in the second half, but Tigere failing to keep that one in play.
Throw in for Dynamos on the far side here, looking to make amends. Still down 1-0, 47 minutes on the clock. They still trail Ngezi Platinum by a solitary goal, a beautiful half volley from Obriochirinda in the first half.
Anta Bochwe still very strong to find Donald Dunyai. There's been a bit of a shift again in that Dynamos backline, with Dunyai sometimes swapping places with Frank Makarati. Still trying to figure out the clear logic behind that. But Ziwocha adjudged to have handled the ball.
Yeah, that's a handball. A crossfield pass and a handball from Ziwocha there. And Ngezi Platinum have got a free kick in their own half.
So 3 minutes played in the second half, and Ngezi just looking to slow things down a bit so that they can remain in charge of proceedings. But Dynamos are seriously chasing the game, hoping to get something on the board and come back on level terms.
Definitely Dynamos have to try and get back into the game, get an equalizer, hopefully inside the first 15 minutes of the second half.
Martin Mapisa again with another suspect clearance. He hasn't looked very steady this afternoon. Oh, it's a searching cross. It's a good one. But just running out of play, never to get it, trying to get to the end of a fine cross from talent Chamboko.
A beautiful cross from the left. Danger there. That was a dangerous position to consider free kick there. From when now Ngezi Platinum have a free kick in the dangerous position. A dangerous free kick for Ngezi Platinum in a promising position.
So earlier on, we saw Ngezi try a free kick from range in the first half with Never Tigere. Martin Mapisa had to go full stretch to punch that one out. But now with the sun shining directly in his face, if you were behind the ball, what would be the best course of action to take on this one?
Yeah, if he sees it, just has to punch it away. And hopefully punch it over the bar or for a corner, because Never Tigere in the first half he hit a very good power drive that crashed against the crossbar. Now this one is a bit closer and difficult to beat the wall, but let's see. Never Tigere, he has the strength, he has the power, he has the technique to hit them from free kicks and getting goals.
So a very promising position for Ngezi Platinum Stars, and everyone glued onto the action on the field. Intense concentration, almost like the players in the field of play themselves. So 3 men will line up behind the ball for Ngezi. It was a decent effort from Never Tigere, but this one did not clear the wall, and Takunda Benhura will help out in defense. Versus Tanaka Shandiro, one of the bright young prospects of Zimbabwean football when you're looking at Takunda Benhura.
Very, very bright prospect indeed. And Zimbabwe is...
We recall for Shandiro. Nothing much that Emmanuel Ziwocha could do with that one. His body positioning and posture were wrong in the first place, and that was largely down to some brilliant defending from Gareth Madake, who made sure that he didn't have time to adjust his feet.
And we see Ngezi Platinum continuing with the left with their same formation that they were using in the first half, 3-5-2, with Benhura joining the midfield when defending. It has paid for them. There we go. We see Benhura winning the ball in the midfield in his own half.
Yeah. So Richard Achiro tried to pick Tigere. Ziwocha and Paga linking up nicely. He's got the pace. But again, that midfield general, Richard Hachiro, once more to clean up the mess and make sure that Ngezi maintain the advantage.
The workaholic Richard Hachiro.
Nyawa getting more advanced now. Desperate for an equalizer, Takunda Benhura. Just look at all the spaces and pockets that Ngezi are exploiting right now. But Frank Makarati had to use all his experience. Another player, of course, who has worn the colors of Ngezi. He was a losing finalist in 2019 when Highlanders beat Ngezi Platinum Stars, and he had the honor of lifting the cup last year when they beat the very same opponents. But today, they have to pull something special.
They have to pull something special indeed.
and it looks like they are working patiently. Manuel Jalai coming centrally. A bit of miscommunication with Sedney Urikob. And Dynamos a little too elaborate in possession.
Yeah, Dynamos becoming porous in position.
The overlapping run from Gareth Majake. You'd have assumed it goes centrally there where there was more room to attack the goal area.
More space there. But deciding to make a pass when it was easy to go inside and probably take a shot.
Yeah, nicely dressed in his navy blue suit. The colors would suggest Ngezi, but the facial expression might suggest Dynamos.
Yes. Yeah, the facial expression, it expresses Dynamos there. It's Dynamos. He's worried about the standing so far.
Yeah, so can they find the glamour once more in a game where they are currently trailing by a goal to nil? So the build-up will continue with Dynamos. I think they might be looking at the clock and realizing that they don't have to rush things unnecessarily, but try to go systematic in picking apart that defensive display from Ngezi. It's a decent delivery from Frederick Kansa Bochwe. Kuzai Chiguida losing his boot in the process.
Dynamos also now playing like Ngezi, playing 3-5-2, but is it paying for them? Because I don't see them dominating the midfield like Ngezi dominated in the first half. They have adjusted. They have Frank Makarati and Nyawa at the back, then Chinyerere, they're the three of them. But I don't know now if it is paying dividends for them, because it's like they are very thin in midfield, because their wingers are not tucking in at the right time. We see there Chajga preparing to take a free kick from inside his 18 area.
Nelson Chajga preferred today in the place of Chang Marion, who started most of Ngezi's games on the Chibuku Super Cup. And you would assume that maybe there's something that was spotted about Dynamos' play which could have caused problems for Marion Chang. Looking at it, I would think it's probably crosses. But then today Dynamos haven't sent in many crosses to justify that cause. But so far, Nelson Chajga must be smiling.
Yeah, like we noted that maybe, like you are saying, they opted for Chajga instead of Marion Chang because of not being able to cut crosses. But now we see Dynamos on the other part. They are not putting them crosses. They are not crossing the ball as much as they should. Because if we look, we're talking about Jalai in the first half. He gets in good positions, but he doesn't put in the cross.
Richard Hachiro covering the entire length and breadth of the field. He's been colossal this afternoon, just making sure that Dynamos do not pass with fluency as far as the central zone is concerned. But from the wide areas, I think Ngezi need to tighten it up a bit.
Yes, Richard Hachiro there, he has been a vital cog from minute 1 to minute 57 right now, covering every blade of grass in the midfield, protecting his defense very, 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 very well.
Yeah, so the flare-up will come this time as Dynamos fans and players were demanding a yellow card for Talent Chamboko for that bit of mischief-making, but the referee could not be swayed. I think officials hate it when you tell them how to do their job, eh?
They hate it so much. It's like you want to control them, yet they are the men in charge.
Oh, nicely done by Tanaka Shandirwa. Jalai, this time the cross was good, but Chajga was equal to the task. Long serving, technically gifted, very attentive, very few mistakes in him, if you want to consider it that way. And when he has been called into action this afternoon, 4 shots he has faced from Dynamos, he has been equal to the task.
Yeah, definitely. Chajga very good with crosses there. He has got a safe pair of hands. See how you caught that one. And again, also on a positive note, a very good cross from Jalai, but it was too close to the goalkeeper.
Jalai storming into the box. Kuzai Chiguida That was a comedy of errors, cleared off the line. Heroic defending from Polite Moyo. Solid as a rock. Oh my goodness.
A chance out of nowhere.
That was chaotic. But what an intervention by Polite Moyo. All his experience shining through in that moment. When everyone lost their head, Nelson Chajga was caught in a miscommunication with Kudzai Chiguida, but Polite Moyo, the coolest head in that Ngezi defense, to nick it off the line. Dynamos could have equalized there. So now as we approach the 60th minute, Ngezi have been served a warning and a reminder that things can change in the blink of an eye. And it all started with that fine run from Emmanuel Jalai. Ansa Boshwe, sweet feet in the middle of the park, creating space for himself. Tanaka Shandirwa not quite as eloquent. Siwocha short and precise. Shandirwa, the midfield general. Obrel Chirinda, very naughty. Obrel, very naughty there. But he had to take one for the team. And he goes into the referee's book. Tanaka Shandirwa is beginning to come alive, Godfrey.
Yes, Tanaka Shandirwa beginning to come alive, because in the first half he was nowhere to be found, but now he's realizing that we are losing the game and time is moving, and now he has told himself that no, I must push, and he's starting to push like Tanaka Shandirwa. So Dynamos probably might start creating something from now, going to the 90th minute.
Yeah, so that was confirmation of that yellow card shown to Obrel Chirinda. Ngezi trying to rebuild. So the goal scored by Chirinda was Ngezi's 12th goal in the last 6 games. Devastating. They have been in front of goal. What's been the case for Dynamos?
Dynamos have only scored 3 goals in the past 5 games, which shows that they have not been very good going forward. Defensively also, they have conceded 4 goals today. They have conceded another one, which makes it 5 out of 6.
Just look at those sad and somber faces. Of course, when all is said and done, they might find comfort in a sea of the Chibuku, but as it stands, they are just crying out for a hero. Take Sho Chiragwi masterminding the lead in his 100th game in charge of Ngezi Platinum Stars. I think it's been quite a decent campaign. 52 wins, 29 draws, and only 18 losses in his reign. That includes a winner's medal from the PSL and a runner-up medal from the Chibuku Super Cup. So not bad, hey?
Not bad.
He's earned his stripes in the game.
Definitely. Not bad for a young coach. That's a milestone. 100 games in charge. 100 games in charge, 52 wins, 29 draws, and only 18 losses. Just losing 18 times out of 100. That's massive. That's good, considering his age.
Always good to see the young coaches earning their stripes, especially after a fruitful playing career. When they find success from the dugout, as we also saw with Tondera Indiraya, of course, winning his first championship as Simba Bora coach, it really shows bright things for the future. Sydney Urikop. Oh, Emmanuel Parker! Right place, right time. Not quite the connection. Nelson Chachika was almost stunned by that one. A head would have worked, but he decided to control it on his chest. Maybe the ball came a bit too fast.
But still, as a striker, you're not a defender. You can adjust. You can adjust.
So what was lacking in that instance?
The anticipation was not there. The anticipation and the reaction, his reaction, he was too slow. It's like the ball hit him than him hitting the ball. A head would have scored there. We could have been talking about 1-1 now.
Yeah, but Dynamos are still in the fight. It had been a few minutes before Ngezi knocked on Dynamos' goal.
Oh.
Emmanuel Jalai going for pace once more. I think even when you look at world football, They are players you can call one-trick ponies. You know exactly what they're going to do, but stopping them is a different proposition altogether. Emmanuel Jalai is one of those players. Despite being very skilled, technically gifted, most times when he receives the ball on that wide area, you know exactly what he's going to do.
Definitely, that's chemistry. When you have a chemistry with a player, they must understand and know what Emmanuel Jalai does whenever he receives the ball. It's either he's disguising like he's going outside, he comes in, he's supposed to hit a striker, the top man there, or he's going down the line, he definitely knows that the cross is coming. So it takes understanding one another. Understanding Emmanuel Jalai as your winger, that when he's in this position, he does this and that. He puts a cross, or he's hitting the striker to keep it for the incoming the runs from the midfielders.
Yeah, so Marvin Gaki, who started last year's final, is off to be replaced by the exciting talent of Tanaka Munemo. I clearly remember when Ngezi came to Harare, they had gone a number of matches without finding the back of the net. Then they were coming up against Yada, and he put in quite a show at the Hart Stadium, earning a man of the match performance, in a performance hailed by Steve Vickers as one of the finest he has seen in a long time from a young player. And today he has his chance to try and make a mark once more in the Chibuku Super Cup final.
Yeah, I remember vividly about Mnemo at Hart Stadium there. He did put a man of the match performance, earning it via a good performance, good runs, good everything, good dribbling, good energy. So we expect him to carry on and do what he did there, because it's like he loves it when he plays in Harare or in this nice pitch. If you see Rufaro Stadium, the pitch is nice. So let's watch and see what Minemo can do for us.
Yeah, that's what youth will bring you: fearlessness and the sense of adventure. And confirmation of that second substitute, Farai Madananga, coming in to replace Adams Ngwena. Of course, Madananga is sitting on 2 goals for Ngezi in the Chibuku Super Cup this season, their leading scorer. He was on target when Ngezi played Simba Bora. He scored the equalizer, the goal that got them back into the game. Went on to convert his penalty in the shootout. So he must be high on confidence. He was also on target in their opening match when they played Bulawayo Chiefs 4-2. Ngezi had to come from behind in that game before 2 on goals from Leroy Ndlovu and Charlton Siamalonga costed Bulawayo Chiefs, with Najio Makumbe chipping in with the other goal. That chest control again denying Paga. We have seen him score them this season when he chests it down, brings it down to control and just unleashes. He did it against Manika Diamonds, but today not quite fluent.
Again, Tinashe, we see that cross from Yurikop.
What a save! Sydney Urikop coming alive in the 66th minute, but Nelson Chajga, oh my word, brilliant execution from the striker, equally impressive save, but it has come at a cost, because Chajga is in some serious discomfort. And just like that, the Vietnam stand is alive. They're breaking out into song.
Very much alive, lifting their team. It's like Dynamos are getting their feet together now. They're getting everything right, chance after chance, and they can get an equalizer anytime from now. We saw again another cross from Yuriko before he took that shot, hitting Emmanuel Park on the chest with a bit of good anticipation and adjustment. You could have went for another head again, but Yuriko there with a killing shot, forcing Chajga into a brilliant save. I would think that's the save of the day.
Will this be a turning point of the game? Confidence levels must be soaring for Dynamos. They have been patiently knocking. It started very gently, but now they are getting more aggressive in front of goal. And Ngezi are looking a bit vulnerable, especially the back line, because I think once the midfield is breached, they are not showing the same composure that we saw in the first half.
Yeah, they're not. Definitely, Tinashe, that's a good point there. Ngezi Platinum not showing the dominance that they put in the first half.
Take sure Chiragui having a bit of chit chat with Messi Maimbo, the 4th official, to be a fly on the wall just to hear what that was about would be interesting. But Dynamos with the corner kick now. Will this be the one that pulls them back into the game? Chajga is back again. Bochwe, Paga! Oh, it's bedlam in that box. Takunda Benura, leading scorer, back to help out in defense. But Emmanuel Paga, he remains the biggest threat for Dynamos going forward.
Emmanuel Paga remains the biggest threat for Dynamos going forward there.
And now Obrel Chirinda. Martin Mapisa was strong this time. And Chirinda is making a nuisance of himself. He was arguing that Mapisa was out of his box, but I think that was more to delay the restart of play than anything else. Smart thinking?
Smart thinking. Smart player there, delaying him to attack because he knew his team was a man shot because he was deep into the goalkeeper's box. So that's clever there from Obrel Chirinda.
What can Dynamos offer in response? Chajgav, oh, he spills it. Recovers brilliantly for a second take, but he comes off the worst again. Polite Moyo once more in the thick of things.
Wow. We see the Polite Moyo there waiting for the header, but he didn't get it quite well. It went up into the box and Chaja came for it. But I think there is nothing much that happened to him. He's just trying to buy time. They are killing the Dynamos momentum because I don't think there's anything much that happened to Chaja there. He's just killing the momentum of the game. As the game progresses, he sees Dynamos is getting in confidence by every minute. So what he's doing there is being intelligent, he's being clever, killing the momentum of the game. When the game resumes after 3, 4, 5 minutes, it will be like we are resuming, we are starting all over again.
Yeah, Nelson Chajga came off his line a bit early there. I thought he had perfect command of the box, but probably misjudged the height and drop off the ball. Yeah. But luckily for him, it was nothing worse than what we are seeing now, because Polite Moyo was there to bail his goalkeeper out. 70 minutes played, 20 to go. 20 for Dynamos to get a response, 20 for Ngezi to try and tighten things up.
Yes, 20 minutes to go. And Tinashe, looking at the Ngezi Platinum coach, Tekshua Chirag, as young as he is, just imagine winning again today and going back again to Africa. What confidence does he bring him? This is a coach whom we can only say he's starting his career as a coach, but he's getting them on the 100th match of his career, getting a Chibuku's medal. How is it going to be electric in his life? How is it going to motivate him going forward into Africa, into the forthcoming league?
Yeah, the future holds so much for Chiragui and so many other players here. Sani Urikop gets no joy from that incident. He was hoping for a free kick, maybe. But the game has just exploded and gone a notch up once more, with tempers beginning to show. And the challenges are getting a bit more harder now as the game progresses. But for the neutrals, it means that fluid football will be minimal.
Yeah, definitely.
Kuzai Chiguida, he's immense. Cool as you like, Richard Achiro never in a hurry, with his shirt firmly tucked in, and he does such a tidy job. The frustration rearing its head once more. If you want to go for psychological warfare, Ngezi are doing it very well, because that fan base is now agitated. Dynamos players are getting frustrated.
You know what happens with the supporters, Tinashe? They will also be checking time, and they are realizing that it's only 20 minutes left and we are almost losing this one. So they get also restless when they see decisions going against their team. They want everything to go in their favor because they are down. We see there a high boot from Benura there. Dangerous challenge indeed. But Frank Makarat is up already to resume play. Lloyd Gove there, hoping that his team will get back to terms and hopefully go into extra time and win it. Because Dynamos have raised the game now. That's another foul from Ngezi Platinum there. A high boot from Majananga.
Dynamos trying and searching again. I think they've come out the better team in the second half in terms of the press, the intensity, and their transition of play. Ngezi have seemed to struggle with a faster pace of play. So one would assume that if they are to counter that, they have to maintain possession.
Definitely.
But Nelson Chajga will go into the referee's book for time wasting.
Yes, Nelson Chajga beginning to delay now. But delaying is never an option.
Michael
There
Nees
is Michael Nees, yes.
doesn't seem very happy or impressed by that style. But there you go. Getting a feel and a sip of the Chibuku Super Cup.
Yeah, looking a bit in a pensive mood.
Well, the jury is out. It would be interesting to get his review.
Definitely.
But of course, it is the final of the top cup competition in Zimbabwean football, sponsored to the tune of 75,000 for the winners. But more importantly, a ticket to Africa. Donald Drinyai was under serious pressure there.
Dangerous play from Donald.
But he was very smart to draw the foul and make sure that nothing worse comes out of that situation.
We see now Ngezi Platinum reverting to more midfielders. Even the strikers are returning back to help in midfield. We see only Obro Chirinda, the only notable player in blue for Ngezi Platinum up front. Everybody else is in defense, defending, trying to protect a goal.
So the afternoon is done for Emmanuel Zocha. He has been good, he has tried, but he hasn't been super effective. To be replaced by Issa Sadiki. One gunslinger to the other, Moses Demera to replace Takunda Benura. He's an explosive talent. Last year's Golden Boot winner, the leading scorer for Ngezi this season, on 12 goals in the league. But he's been playing in a slightly deeper role in certain stages of the season, which shows how versatile and adaptive he is.
Definitely.
But the man who's replacing him is no jock. He's no
He's equally
slouch.
good, equally lethal. Yes, Benura there these days working deep, also helping in defense. No wonder maybe his chances for returning the Golden Boot are also limited, but he didn't do bad at all. Scoring 12, that's massive. And we see Obriel Chirinda also going out from where goes in for Obriel Chirinda. Alik goes in for Tanaka Shandirwa. Dynamos trying to put in some energy there to see if they can salvage an equalizer there, and hopefully going to extra time and win it. It's still winnable. There is still 13 minutes of regulation time to play.
Oh, Sydney Uricom! What a super save from Nelson Chajga from close quarters. There was no venom in the shot, but the precision
Was there.
could have worked something.
The precision was there. You see what we are talking when we are talking about Emmanuel Paga. When you say the reaction and anticipation, Uricom there, the ball just came, he wasn't expecting it, but he managed to put a shot away, besides not putting enough venom, enough power behind it, but at least he managed to get a shot at goal.
Yeah, Ngezi are leaving dangerously, and Dynamos are growing in confidence with each passing moment as the game heads into the final 10 minutes, well 12 minutes if you please. The match is on a knife edge now. Desperate defending from Madamburu. Nomo Chinyerere tees up Sydney Uriko, who dances past two markers but eventually loses out to the explosive Tanaka Munemo, who finds Martin Mapisa. Just look at the numbers that Dynamos have committed forward now. Knockdown, answer Bushway! It's a goal! Frederick answer Bushway pulls it level for Dynamos.
What a goal! What a goal!
It's game on! The Vietnam stand is alive. The Mari end is in song. Fans from home, different parts of the country and beyond will celebrate this one as Dynamos once more in the Chibuku Super Cup come from behind to force a draw. And the man who does it is Frederick Ansabochwe. Ngezi do not know what hit them. Chajka pulled a number of heroic saves, but there was nothing, absolutely nothing he could do with that one. Nicely planted into the bottom corner. It is 1-1 and game on.
Game on, game on. A powerful shot. Powerful shot there. Bochway with a pile driver got sailed into the back of the net, beating Nelson Chajka all systems out. Is now back to level terms. Dynamos 1, Ngezi Platinum 1. We are back to where we started from now, and Dynamos look to be having the power to continue and go forward.
While the noise is deafening, it's becoming clear that it's a largely partisan crowd in terms of volume and numbers, and Dynamos are looking to become the comeback kings of the Chibuku Super Cup as far as 2024 is concerned. In the semi-final, they were up against it. Brett Amidu opening the scoring for Manica Diamonds before Emmanuel Parker scored deep in stoppage time. And today they were trailing to an Obral Chirinda goal, but they have rose from the ashes. They have been diligent in the second half, and you can't begrudge them. Against Yada, they had to come from behind again. So yeah, write them off at your own peril. But what can Ngezi offer in response at this moment with just under 10 minutes to go?
Ngezi Platinum, can they respond? Can they regain their lead again? We all wait to see if they are going to show us a response, because Dynamos are still putting pressure on them. It's like they want to go and get a second goal and probably win the final. They are on the sentence right now, Dynamos. They look set to win it. They look set to win it. They look set to win it. Let's see who has character to attack and get a second goal.
Yeah, we're almost back where we started at kickoff. It was goals level. And now in the 82nd minute, their teams are locked 1 apiece. Frederick Ansabochwe for Dynamos. Obrel Chirinda ejected from play for Ngezi. And now who will blink first? Of course, Godfrey, if it ends in a draw, we will go into extra time. And if there is no separation, we will head into a dreaded lottery of a penalty shootout. But so far as the neutrals are concerned, what a final we are witnessing this afternoon.
What a final indeed. What a final, Tinashe. Yes, of course. If it goes on like this and 90 minutes is a draw, the game will go straight into 2 halves of 15 minutes apiece without any intervals, with only a break of 5 minutes before it starts. Then they can resume when the first half finishes. So we say there, there's the Platinum getting a throw in on the far side. The game is back to where it started from. We are set again. Dynamo is proving power at Rufaro Stadium.
Rufaro has been home to many legendary and iconic matches. And Godfrey, you know the taste and feel of such a grand stage in Zimbabwean football. For the 22 warriors out there in the field of play, this must feel like hell. This must feel like such a pressure cooker.
You know, Tinashe, football, that's why it is called the world's most beautiful game. When you play in an electric atmosphere like this, and you know you are doing well, and you know your team is playing very well, you can only be excited. This can only entertain you. This can only make you love football even more. This is why football is called the world's most beautiful game. From my experiences during my playing days, this kind of atmosphere will only motivate you. It will only lift you. You will start having the energy that you have never experienced in your playing career before. This is motivating. This is so motivating, so intriguing. As a player, you feel like continuing to play until evening.
Yeah, so many emotions flying around. The Ngezi faithful, downcast, dreading the way this could end. A feeling of deja vu, perhaps. They got a bit of Dynamos in the league this season, but Dynamos have come alive so many times this season when the chips were down. Tanaka Munemo in the ascendancy. He has to be super brilliant to get past Donald Jinyai. Gareth Madake to Majananga. Spreads it wide. It's a perfect knockdown.
Good defending there.
But Moses Demera out-muscled in that tussle.
Out-muscled indeed. Moses Demera there. Good defending from the defender.
So, Take Sure Chiragui has decided to respond. They do say the best form of defense
is to attack.
And he's throwing in the exciting dribbling wizard Tinotenda Meke, of course on loan from Green Fuel. And he's coming in to replace Neva Tigere. You know what Meke can offer you. But the question will be, will he be given a chance to breathe when his team is on the back foot?
Yeah. He's coming on when his team is on the back foot, but knowing him, he is a player who is fast, a player with fancy footwork. On a good day, he can crack any defense, he can break through any defense. Let's see what he brings on in the last 5 minutes.
He was introduced to us as a diamond in the rough in the colors of Cranbourne Bullets under the tutelage of Nesbot Yabo Saruchera. Turned out to be one of the most exciting prospects on the local league, and he was very much on demand in the off-season before he ended up signing for Green Fuel in Chisumbanje. Got a national team call-up, signed on loan for Madamburo, but now Freddie Alik, he sends Kuzachiguida on the floor. That didn't come off in the end, but Tanaka Munemo will look to return the favor with explosive pace. Elson Mwea wide now. Ngezi with a chance. Can they do it? Just across the face of goal. Tino Tendameke failing to find support on the far post. We are set for a tense finish to this one.
Meke should have buried that one. He should have buried that one. Very good touch, very good first touch, very good chance in the box. Trying to pick the far post, but unfortunately it went agonizingly wide.
Oh, what? He saw his name in lights there. That was some beautiful link-up play from Tanaka Munemo to find elsewhere. The three substitutes combining well.
Combining very
to almost put Ngezi on the brink. But now it is Dynamos who have to do the defending. Forced to play backwards and rebuild. Donald Jinyai is under pressure. He's been having a bit of those, but
because
Jinyai is a very tough player. It's not easy to shake him off the ball, but he's very smart in drawing out those fouls and sort of deflecting the pressure onto the opposition.
Yeah, he is very smart indeed, but he must change what he's doing, because the more he delays with the ball, Munemo he doesn't stop running. He's pressing him every time he has the ball. So if he keeps doing that one mistake, then the result can change.
So we have just under 2 minutes of regulation time before we are forced into extra time. But can someone produce the goods and bury the game? Chinyerere linking up with Emmanuel Parga, just wide of goal. Tried to take it on the spin. Difficult technique to master but you have to salute the confidence and courage to try that attempt.
Definitely. Very good 10 there from Emmanuel Paga. Very, very, very good 10, and with very good execution, you could have gotten a goal there. But it's always good to take a shot at goal. It's always good to try and shoot, because it is from shooting that you get to score.
Well. Their journey in the Chibuku Super Cup, Ngezi have only finished the match 1-1 in regulation time in the quarterfinal against Caps United. And they went on to win that match 4-3 in a penalty shootout. Dynamos on 2 occasions finished 1-1 against Yada in the quarterfinal, 1-1 against Manika in the semi-final. So they've been here before. They know what is required. But today, with everything on the line, Emmanuel Paga looking to force matters. That rush of adrenaline carried by the voice and support of the Vietnam stand.
Yeah, the Vietnam stand has lifted up Dynamos now. They can't stop running. They are running for every loose ball. We saw Emmanuel Paga. They're pressing for a ball that you wouldn't believe that he would win or something, but he kept on pushing. That's the energy that is required. Start like this from first half, then you are guaranteed of winning.
We are in the final minute of regulation time, and it is a one-way ticket to Africa for the 2 gladiators on the field. Ngezi Platinum Stars against Dynamos. Still locked 1-1, but what can Gareth Madake do? Well, at a time of 6 minutes, that's a lot of time, and surely someone can settle matters. The last time we got 5 minutes of additional time, it was Dynamos versus Manika Diamonds. Manika were leading by goal to nil.
And Dynamos
before that man again, Paga, rose off the bench
and
to strike 4 minutes deep into stoppage time. Can we see similar dramatics this afternoon?
With the energies being on display right now, Tinashe, it is very, very possible. We can get a goal from either side. We can see a goal from either side. And the game can be settled inside 90 minutes.
The football gods have been very generous this afternoon. We have been treated to an exhilarating encounter between 2 rivals in a repeat of last year's final. 1-1, it stands 90+1. But now it'll be time for changes. Sydney Urikob, much loved by the Dynamos faithful, is replaced by Eli Ilunga.
Yes, Urikob, a fan favorite there, saluting him for his efforts. He did very well, very, very well. He deserves a good round of applause. Now Eli Ilunga goes in to replace him. Let's see what he has got in the final 6 minutes of additional time.
Eli Ilunga converted his spot kick when Dynamos triumphed 4-2 over Manika Diamonds in the penalty shootout. He was also successful from the spot in a shootout against Yada. So if the game goes all the way, you can count him among the first 5 penalty takers for Dynamos. But Temptation Chiwunga now joins the field of play. Since he joined Dynamos from JDR Stars in South Africa, he's been quite forceful in that midfield.
Quite forceful indeed, quite forceful indeed. And we stand to see what he has got for this final remaining few minutes. Let's see what Ngezi Platinum can conjure from this free kick here.
Madake sets up Tino Meke.
Excellent defending.
Excellent defending from Nomo Chinyerere. Chinyerere can give you solid defending, but he can also be a creative outlet when you deploy him as a wing back. So an all-rounder, if you are to borrow a cricket terms, maybe.
Yeah, he's a versatile player. Can play any position and still deliver.
Chiwunga a bit caught in possession there, but Dynamos will win the free kick, which Frank Makarati will take.
We are getting to the nervous times of the game where nobody wants to make mistakes. We'll get to find out that the players will become cautious in this part of the game, because you concede, you are as good as done, you have lost. So we are going to see a demonstration of being cautious from both sets of players.
Yeah, it will be very easy to get caught up in the moment and carried by a wave of emotions with adrenaline pumping through. But this is the time when everyone has to be on maximum concentration. And you can see it from the two coaches, Loy Chigoe and Take Sure Chiragui. Chigoe, of course, won this cup last year as assistant to Genesis Mangombe. He would want to win his first title as a head coach.
As the head coach, definitely. That will improve his CV also.
But should Ngezi Platinum Stars win it, it would be remarkable for Take Sure Chiragui in only 2 years as a head coach to get both the league title and the top cup competition.
It will be amazing.
Is at stake.
For Teki's CV, it will be massive. If you're to achieve that feat, it will be a massive feat. So yeah, I hope and believe that he might achieve that. Let's see how it goes. These are two teams that are very good on penalties, having done it before. But before that, they have to go to 2 halves of 15 minutes. 2 halves of 15 minutes without the half time. They only switch sides and continue with the game. And after that, if the scoreline is still a draw, the game will go straight into dreaded penalty shootout. We hope that we won't get there. We are expecting a screamer also from somewhere before the 6 minutes lapses.
Well, can that screamer come from Dynamos? Well, clearly not. With Ngezi standing firm and resolute, with Richard Achiro, Kuzaichi Guida and Polite Moyo putting in quite a defensive shift this afternoon. You know, Godfrey, we always talk of the lottery of a penalty shootout, but with the way that the game is developing and turning technical, you expect much concentration being put into how you take your penalties and how to defend penalties, so it becomes less of a lottery.
Yeah.
Of course, a bit of luck is always required in football.
It does.
But you'd assume that the greater percentage will be taken up by preparation. And Ngezi sweeping into the last minute of play. Gareth Madake, very wasteful.
Very, very wasteful there. It looked easy to make a pass there, but...
Well, seems like we are heading for extra time. After 90 plus 6 minutes of grueling, entertaining football, we clock it at 1-0. And we are heading for something else. Last year, it was Emmanuel Paga and Elton Chikona on target for Dynamos as they won by 2-0. When Ngezi won the cup in 2016, 3-1 victory over FC Platinum, it was a brace from Liberty Chakoroma and Calvin Bulaji who delivered the title for Ngezi. They have been in the final since then. They were on the losing end in 2019, a 1-0 defeat to Highlanders. They lost in 2021 to FC Platinum. The match had ended goalless before they lost 5-3 in a penalty shootout. They were losing finalists again last year, but now making history for the 5th time in the final. They would want to get that monkey off their back, Godfrey.
They will definitely want to win it. You haven't gone 3 times, right, without winning it. This is the right time to make amends. This is the right time to make corrections. Let's see, as we go into the extra time, what can pen off. Maybe the gods will smile on Tek Shuachirag with the young coach and beef up and hopefully improve his CV. It's doable, it can be achieved.
It can be achieved, but who wants it the most? Who will the football gods be smiling on this afternoon? Dynamos, of course, making their 3rd appearance in the Chibuku Super Cup final. They first showed up in 2015 when they lost 2-1 to Harare City. And they were back again last year when they came up against Ngezi Platinum Stars at the Buildup Stadium, where they defied the home advantage and crushed Ngezi by 2-0.
Yes.
Elton Chikona, who was on target, did not start today. He is on the bench. Manuel Paga started on the bench again last year, same thing today, but he came off to inspire and lay off the assist for his fellow dreadlocked expert
who smashed it into the far post.
That was a peach of a goal. When you're looking at both goals this afternoon, they are worthy to win any game, but because it's a final with 1 ticket to Africa at stake, it requires something beyond special.
Something beyond special indeed, Nashi. That's well articulated there. 2 beautiful goals. 2 beautiful goals. Ngezi Platinum winning the first half via a half volley, well taken by Obriel Achirinda, and Bachway in the second half. Another pile driver again into the far post, beating Nelson Jajiga, hands down, leaving him stranded, diving full length, but it was not reachable. Now we wait to see, now we wait to watch who has got the energy, who has got the power, who have got the desire to keep running, to keep fighting, to keep going.
Yeah, the Vietnam stand, the Mbari end, the City end, even in the VIP, Dynamos fans were subdued after Ngezi scored. Then they came alive when a chance was cleared off the line heroically by Polite Moyo. Since then, they've been singing, they've been carrying their team, so the 12 men have done their job, of course. But now it is time for the men on the field to restart things. Frederikansa Bochwe, I mean, when he joined Dynamos, they were still reeling from the loss of Junior Makunike, who had gone to Simba Bora, where he went on to win the league title.
The league title, yes.
Congratulations to the young midfielder. But Bochwe started quite well. Then injuries got in the way.
Yeah,
and
they're
we
sitting
did
back.
question his inclusion today, but it shows the coaches know something we don't, Godfrey.
Yes,
We've been forced to eat humble pie this afternoon.
Definitely. At some point you need to eat humble pie and appreciate something good. He has done well there. He has shown what a talent he is. What a talent he is. A great talent indeed, Bachway. So, yeah, for him, congratulations for scoring in the final. Hopefully your goal will propel Dynamos to the glory, to the cup.
So we look set to resume with more drama, more twists and turns, but this time we'll be inching and edging towards a more definite end than what we had in the opening in 90+6.
Yeah, now it's more closer. We're looking at 2 halves of 15 minutes apiece. It's 2 halves of 15 minutes, because you find in football 10 minutes maybe you can touch the ball 3 or 4 times only. So 15 minutes, 30 minutes is going to be a thrilling 15 minutes, but energies will come into play big time, Tinashe.
So it is with a feeling of deja vu that the captains will return to the match officials once more for yet another coin toss to decide who takes up what, as we look to put this 2024 Chibuku Super Cup final to bed, the last high-profile match of the year, and it has surely delivered all the thrills and spills with all the excitement and drama that you'd want in between.
The match indeed has been packed. It has been cooked. It has been thrilling. It didn't disappoint at all. It lived according to the billing, and the two teams, they are going to start the same way they were playing the second half, with Ngezi Platinum attacking the Mbare end, which is the southern grandstand, and Dynamos attacking the city end.
In the second half, substitute Issa Sariki will get the Glamour boys up and running once more. You have to reach deep into endurance. For some players who started, the fuel tank might be running a bit low, so it wouldn't be surprising to see a bit of mistimed tackles, a bit of frustration, some petulance.
Pulled muscles.
But the centre man, Owen Manenda, has been absolutely fantastic. There were times when the game threatened to spill out of control, but kudos to him and his assistants. It's been quite the final at the grandest stage as far as history and is concerned. Rufaro Stadium witnessing yet another iconic final.
Brilliant performance from the referees, the officials. They've done very well. The officials have done very well. They've been brilliant all afternoon. They have controlled the match very well, and it has been a thrilling and entertaining encounter, an entertaining final.
Yeah, so another 30 minutes to try and find a winner of this game before we head to a penalty shootout. I don't know what would be worse for the players, knowing you lost in extra time or pushing it all the way to a penalty shootout. They have come through 2 penalty shootouts each in their run-up to the final, so confidence must be high. But ironically, they were also dumped out of Africa, and
the same lottery of penalty.
It can be anyone's game on any day. But Ngezi today playing without their captain Carter Amini, who is getting honoured in South Africa at the Zimbabwe Achievers Awards tonight, have put in quite a shift
Definitely, they've put in quite a shift there. Captain Kadamini away to be awarded an accolade in South Africa there, but still, Kadamini has not been commanding a starting place of late. He has been there mentoring the young guys who have not disappointed, besides not being able to retain the championship, but they've done well. They've done well.
When you're talking of the young guys, you're looking at Tino Meke there, Tanaka Munemo, you're looking at Elson Mwea in the final of the biggest game in knockout competition. That says a lot about the trust that Tekshua Chiragwe and his team have got in the entire squad.
You know what, Tinashe? When you have a coach like Tekshua Chiragwe, he has managed to put a squad that when he replaces one player, for example, if he takes out Demera and he puts in Obriel Chirinda, you don't see the change. It shows that these guys, they are equally good. But for one to be on the bench, one in the starting lineup, it is because football is played by only 11 players at a given time.
Yeah, seamless system play from Madamburo, the 2023 champions, making their second successive Chibuku Super Cup final, which means, as far as consistency is concerned, they are one of those teams on the top flight. A lot of rumors were swirling around their camp, of course, boardroom issues. They were slapped with certain losses, but on the field of play, they have barely disappointed, save for that poor run where they went goalless for a stretch. But in terms of how they express themselves on the field of play, you can't complain.
You can't complain. You can't complain, Tinashe. They've done very, very well. They have improved from that streak when they could not get a goal. I remember we were talking about them not having scored for quite a number of games, but they've come up and scored 12 goals in 6 matches.
Emmanuel Jalai coming out on tops again with that tussle with Talent Chamboko. Dynamos finding space in the midfield. Ansa Bochwe could have done better there to tee up Eli Ilunga. The powerhouse sign from Black Rhinos. It is the Chibuku Super Cup. Food and drink all around the terraces as people enjoy the world's most beautiful game at the ceremonial home of Zimbabwean football. But man, on the field of play, it's been grueling for those 22 players out there, for both technical teams, and the fans have been equally invested emotionally in the proceedings. But there, Polite Moyo, once more, he's been unflappable, answered every question that has been posed to him in defense.
A rock in defense again, Polite Moyo, not giving any chance to any Dynamos player there. See there, Dynamos conceding a free kick deep into half, in the center of the pitch. Sadiki there fouling Matananga.
Elson Mwea. Ngezi choosing to keep possession than to get overly adventurous. Polite Moyo tried to find Tanaka Munemo. When you look at the pace and close control of Tanaka Munemo, you'd prefer him with the ball at his feet than running on to play, because he's not the most physically imposing player up there, especially up against the caliber of Donald Jinyai. You always come second best.
Definitely, you come second best. Tanaka Munemo needs the ball in space or on his feet.
Definitely. So Martin Mapisa had a few nightmarish moments in the first half, and conceded to a truly beautiful goal, a volley from Obriel Chirinda, who lobbed it over the goalkeeper when he saw him off his line. But the equalizer from Frederick Ansa Bochwe, chested down by Emmanuel Paga, then planted to the bottom right corner of Nelson Chajga. Both goals were works of art in this final, and now we are forced into extra time for a match that kicked off at 2:30.
Yeah, definitely.
They are trying to make up for that extra 30 minutes, eh?
Yes, they are.
But for Lloyd to go away, no time for jokes. It's serious business.
Serious. Even the face of it is serious. Yeah, you see a bit of energy is going down. Players looking a bit subdued.
Issa Sadiki hasn't had much joy in trying to tip in with those crosses, those defense-splitting passes. For a long time, it looked like Ngezi were in control of proceedings and on the verge of snatching it. But like Mr. Teach always says, football can be a very cruel mistress. Ngezi find themselves now battling for life as Dynamos enjoy the better possession since equalizing and since the onset of the first half of extra time.
They've been dominating, definitely. They have been dominant.
So for those who were at the stadium early, the thrills and spills started with Alec Macheso putting in a memorable performance, extra basso, to warm up the crowd.
Baba Sharo there.
Definitely before the Villa 1 Gule Club came in to entertain with some Nyau dance. But once the business of the day got underway, Dynamos were searching and knocking early on. But were stunned when Ngezi took the lead against all odds.
Yeah,
Mayor of Harare, Jacob Mafume, watching on, part of the celebrated cast. But now Emmanuel Jalai can keep it in play to find support from Eli Ilunga, who tried to catch Nelson Chachga off guard. But Chachga was very alert to that one. Whether that was intended or not, he's definitely better than we assumed.
Beautiful.
Was intentional.
Beautiful cross from Ilunga there.
And Paga could not get to the end of what could have been a rebound.
Yes, definitely. Paga will not get to the far post on time. He got there when the cross he had passed already. But that's good build-up from Dynamos. They are continuing from where they left.
Yeah, still asking questions from above, it seems. Yeah, he's been solid for Dynamos in cup competition. A key catalyst in their successful hunt last year. And this season, the reason why Dynamos are here today, he's been there in the right moments. You will remember a vintage performance from Donald Mdadi when Dynamos got their first round match against Blaue Chiefs at this very same venue.
Yes.
Against the PC Kariba, rather, Donald Mdadi stormed through the midfield to set up Emmanuel Paga for the second goal before Nomo Chinyerere glossed it up after Nyasha Gurende equalized. But now they have to summon some of that inspiration.
They really want it. They want that magic, that miracle power from Emmanuel Paga to find a goal from somewhere. And hopefully win it for us here.
Tino Meke in favorable territory. Frank Makarati just in time. Freddie Alik from one youngster to the other. But again, Kudzai Chiguida.
Solid as a rock, Kudzai Chiguida.
Full credit has to be given to that Ngezi defense. They've been in a no-nonsense mood today.
No-nonsense mood, definitely. Supported by Achiro in midfield, they've been as solid as a rock.
I think it's also telling when you look at the fact that the goal they conceded came from a long-range shot. It means that they've been keeping things tight as far as their own box is concerned.
They've managed to limit Dynamos to a few scoring chances. They considered that beauty. There was nothing they could do. It was taken from outside the box. A beautiful power driver, worth winning any final.
Tanaka Munemo has seemed overwhelmed by the occasion today. He's not as lively as we're used to. But Elson Mwea coming in strong to stop that run from Ansa Boshwe, the goal scorer. He looks good for 120 minutes.
Very good. Very good indeed. He looks very good for 120 minutes now. We just want to see if Ansa Bochwe can get another chance to get a shot. If you can get another shot, maybe Dynamos can find themselves winning there.
Yeah.
Because Ngezi Platinum, they're a bit subdued now.
Looks like Ngezi are just trying to see the game out at this moment, but we still have plenty of time to play.
Exactly, there's too much time. There's too much time to play there.
But they will be happy to note that the most attentive area of the pitch has been their defense. Polite Moyo, they hustling.
Shoot.
Eli Ilunga!
Oh my
just
God.
wide. Fizzing from a good 30 yards out. We know he can pack a shot, but that was out of the blue, almost out of nothing. Edged on by the crowd, he's duly obliged.
You listened, they're good advice. Shoot, and he went for the shot. It was a very good low shot. Low shot from Ilunga, but unfortunately, it sailed outside of the post, agonizingly wide.
So these teams finished a massive 11-point gap between them in the Premier Soccer League. But looking at the way they've been playing this afternoon, you could hardly tell. That's the magic of cup football for you.
It is called the magic of cup finals. The magic of finals. Stars are born when finals are played.
Yeah.
Stars are born on such tournaments, on such finals. You find somebody rising to the occasion and winning a final. I remember Tinashe very well in the Champions League. That striker from Real Madrid, he went in and scored 2 goals. He was nobody playing. You know, he wasn't playing, he was on the bench.
Godfrey, you would be biased towards Real Madrid, but...
that's a fact. He went in and scored 2 goals. He was a hero and it was a final.
You become a hero. This is where you make your name. But every time there's a hero, a villain arises or falls sometimes, and must be devastating for players when you're the fall guy in such high-profile matches. But for today, all the players that have taken to the field have accounted for themselves very well, with Kudzai Chiguida just miscuing his control. Talent Chamboko searching. Martin Mapisa was strong and tall. No blunders this time around.
Martin Mapisa has managed to adjust after a few blunders. He has gotten his gloves back together now. He has been doing very, very well in the second half and in the extra time. He has done no mistakes so far. Martin Mapisa, well done. Oh. Throw in there on the far side for Ngezi Platinum. Throwing on far side, Ishaga Shiro there, Madake. Have you noticed, Naja, that now Ngezi Platinum, they are just hitting the balls forward. They are no longer playing. They play 1-2 passes. They try to hit Demera there, the top man.
Just trying to keep it out of
danger.
Out of danger.
Dangerous areas.
Which is maybe a clear sign of the times that fatigue must be wearing on to some players. The turf, of course, a bit prickly in some spots. You were expecting slower movement of the ball, but I think it's a testament to how super fit these two teams are, in that we haven't seen any slowing down of play at any instant. So the first 15 minutes of extra time come to a conclusion. Take Chiragui feeling his heart. Football does take you through all the emotions.
It's so very unfortunate when you hear the referee's whistle going like this.
And there the Chibuku Super Cup, which name will be stenciled on as the 2024 champions? Will it be Dynamos becoming the first team to defend it back-to-back? Or will Ngezi be joining FC Platinum and Harare City as 2-time holders of the top cup competition? Well, we have 15 more minutes and possibly more to find out.
Definitely, it's naturally 15 more minutes, and at this point of the game, you'll be wishing the referee would give you time to rest. But unfortunately, in this tournament, the rules test that in extra time you only change sides, and they are only taking a few minutes to change side, and the game is going to continue. Looking at Ngezi Platinum, they started very well with their formation, the 3-5-2 formation, which paid dividends. We saw Obriel Chirinda scoring there, a beautiful half volley. And Dynamos came back in the second half, firing from all cylinders, also having reverted to a 3-5-2 formation, and they managed to score through a pile drive from Bachway. This is how it stands. It's 1-1, and the first half of the extra time is done and dusted. We wait to start the second half and it's still 1-1. If it ends like this, we'll go to the dreaded lottery of the penalties, and whom the gods will smile on will take action. There are the medals. The medals there for the winners. Those must be the gold medals. For the one who is going to come out tops in the second half of the extra time. The match goes underway. The match is underway now. We see Tanaka Mnemo there losing possession on the far side. The ball is played on the far side, a cross, beautiful pass to Emmanuel Jalai. That's a rush tackle. That's a rush tackle. Definitely one that warrants a yellow card. That was a let tackle. Chamboko there with a reckless challenge. Getting a yellow card for that. Poor judgment. He judged that ball wrongly. And he went for the player instead of going for the ball. So Frank Makari prefers to take a free kick. He goes across to Ilunga. Ilunga has it inside the box.
Confirmation of the yellow card to Talent Chamboko.
Yes, Talent Chamboko. Polite Moyo there with the ball.
So Ngezi preferring to commit more men in defense than in attack. And it's clear that they would want to defend their precious goal and maybe try to catch Dynamos on the counter. A bit of a cautious approach.
Very cautious approach indeed. You make a mistake, you concede. You are as good as dead there.
Frank Makarati could only find Richard Achiro, but Dynamos reclaim the possession now. Tanaka Munemo, the game perhaps a little too physical for him. He hasn't really had a chance to impose his own style, never say. But that man in the number 4 for Ngezi has been bossing it all afternoon. Can Tino Meke do something now? He leaves Frank Makarati in his wake and wins a free kick in a very, very promising position. Something that should excite Ngezi.
That was a good run from Meke. Very, very good run. Like we said, he started from humble beginnings, playing for Cremon Bullets, and now he's here.
They say the eyes are the mirror to the soul. In this case, you can't read what is going on there, but you can see the sea of football-loving supporters reflected as the action on the field continues to flow thick and fast as we play the last half of extra time to see if these two teams can be separated before a penalty shootout. Martin Bapisa knows the threat carried by Talent Chamboko from a standard situation, so he's putting all his big men in a 5-man wall right on the edge of the box. A deep and swerve maybe. Do you go around? Let's see.
Yeah, a deep and swerve, but now he's too close to beat the wall.
Yeah, that one could only be blasted into the wall by Moses Demera, who's been really quiet since coming on to replace Takunda Benura.
Yes, Demera has been quiet of late. A player we know that he can score goals on a good day. He has been quite quiet. He was hoping that he would get it right via a free kick there, but unfortunately the wall did its job and deflected it for a corner. Let's see what they can conjure from the resultant corner kick.
So can I kick to Ngezi Platinum Stars as a Dynamos fan offers prayers. Oh, almost on the line. Madananga had nodded it on before Polite Moyo failed to just give a toe poke past Martin Mapisa, who was correctly positioned in the end. I think he felt the ball before he saw it.
How would you allow Madananga to have such a free header in the box?
So loose defending for
Loose
Dynamos,
marking there from Dynamos.
bailed out by their goalkeeper. Jinyai keeps it in play, but Demera wins possession to find Tino Meke, the youngster who's comes into collision with a fellow youngster, Freddie Alik. But yeah, he knows what's at stake and is quickly back on his feet again. Exchanges a few words with his fellow youngster, but carries on with the business. Oh, that's given away. Meke sends the cross wide. That was almost catastrophic from the Dynamo skipper. Farai Madananga he lacked the ambition there to let rip from distance. Ilunga for Dynamos. Chamboko, evasive. Very strong from Freddie Alik, but Tekshua Chiragui is not happy about something. Barking instructions. Whilst Lloyd Chigo and company look on, Elson Mwea has come alive in this last portion of the game since coming on as a second half substitute. He's had limited appearances this season, but is still one to watch for the future as far as Ngezi are concerned.
Yeah, like look at Frank Makarat there, down on the turf, maybe got a knock on his toe. And talking a bit more about Frank Makarat, having played with him at Homai, he's a versatile player. He's good, but I don't know how it happens that a striker can get a free header when a player of his caliber is in the box. He's supposed to command and make sure that no striker gets a free header. Having the experience that he has had, I'm saying I played with him at Homai. He went on and played for Ngezi Platinum. A good player, yes, but you have to command the box also as the captain of the team. Guys, we are not allowing any free headers in the box.
Yeah, Frank Makarati, a war horse in every sense of the word, is on the floor. A losing finalist in 2019 when Ngezi lost 1-0 to Highlanders, the Chibuku Super Cup final. But he got his redemption last year when he captained Dynamos to victory. But today the job is not yet done. And watching on, Chinotena make a young man who can only dream to have the same career that Makarati has enjoyed. One of the permanent features at Dynamos in recent seasons. Carries a lot of respect across the Premier Soccer League at large, not just the Dynamos fan base. So exemplary in every sense of the word, he's the Dynamos captain.
Frank Makarati, yes. Definitely, Mainstay, he has been there, Dynamos leading as the captain there, and today we have seen him leading also from the back there, making sure nothing happens, making sure they don't give away chances.
Dynamos defending in clusters, but Matanaga finds Meke again, who loves to dance around defenses, wins a free kick. As predicted, he will be drawing out plenty of those. It's down to Ngezi now to capitalize and make it count.
Yes, he draws free kick. They now need to put a good ball there in the box and hopefully create a chance. I would think an in-swing I would do, but it's like he wants to go for a killer, an out-swinging ball. Let's see the execution. Hopefully he puts in a good ball there, because these are the chances that come in extra time, especially in the second half.
Chamboko, poor delivery. He's taken all the set pieces for Ngezi this afternoon. Seems like that experiment has not paid off for Madamburo. What a beautiful crossfield pass. And Dynamos now suddenly in charge. Eli Ilunga. That really sums up the league season in a nutshell. Lack of precision, no conviction in the shot. We have seen better from him, so he will always be judged by the highest level he's attained. You're only as good as your last game, they say. But since coming on, it hasn't been quite well.
Yeah, he hasn't been quite well. The last game that you appeared, the last game that you play is the one that supporters judge you with. They can't judge you with performance of last month. They judge you with the one, the recently played one.
I think we've noticed in the last 3 minutes or so, both teams employing the high and long ball. No one really confident or still fresh enough to play close control possession-based football. It must be so taxing.
Desperation. Desperation there from Emmanuel Parker there.
Nelson Chajga out of his box. Remember, he's sitting on a yellow for time wasting when his team was still leading by a goal to nil. So he can't afford any more shenanigans. But he does send that one very long. Martin Mapisa maybe also applying for a yellow card for time wasting.
Everybody is now afraid to play because they are all tired.
Yeah, they just want to slow down the game.
Everybody's tired now, so they would rather. Just managing the game now. Nobody wants to go forward.
Nice turn from Temptation Chiwunga to tee up the goal scorer, Ansa Bochwe. Freddie Alik goes supreme with the nice switch of play. Eli Ilunga beats 1, beats 2, beats 3. No more Chinyerere didn't have to send it high there. Evasive action just taking over the proceedings, but Chiwunga can force a cross in, and Chajga will kill off some seconds with that one.
Is he bleeding? They're down on the turf complaining with his nose. He's holding his nose, but I don't think he's bleeding or what. He's showing a sign that maybe he was hit by an elbow. Mekede coming out. The boys looked tired now. The boys looked tired and they are set for the lottery of the penalties.
Yeah, so Nelson Chajga, of course, 19 clean sheets in the recently concluded PSL season. Recorded 3 assists as well. He's a goalkeeper who can do it all.
He can assist, he can keep them clean sheets.
He can also come up trumps in a penalty shootout. He faced 3 penalties in the league this season, saved 2 of them. Chang Marion, the man he replaced, is also good in shutting it out from 12 yards out. So Ngezi might be fencing their chances if this one heads towards a penalty shootout. It's just a minute and a half maybe
to go.
So
before we go to the lottery. But it's different, you know, when you go into penalties and you're tired of playing the extra time. That's where you find a player just taking a weak shot at goal, and the goalkeeper will just pick it because the legs will be tired.
Yeah, sometimes nerves do take over, and the best laid plans can fall apart as well. But what can Issa Sadiki? Tricky shots, Nelson Chajga. What cheeky confidence there. Control it with his chest, juggle the ball a bit, teasing Emmanuel Paga before collecting the ball with his hands. That should inspire confidence.
Confidence, too much confidence.
I'm not too sure if he's
happy
with that though.
That is a goalkeeper whom you know going into the penalties. You save 1 or 2 penalties. You just have to convert your own. You just have to convert your own, and with his confidence you will save.
So the 120 minutes of extra time are up, and we will be playing just 60 seconds more in additional time. I had to put it in seconds so we give a false sense of security, but in reality it's just 1 minute.
It is indeed 60 seconds. It's not a minute, it's 60 seconds.
And we have played 25 seconds of that 60, so unless if something dramatic happens between now and the next 26 seconds, we are heading to a penalty shootout in the final of the Chibuku Super Cup. Chamboko will take no prisoners.
This is done. It's as good as done. We are going to penalties now. West of Chamboko is on the turf. You see tiredness. The legs are tired now.
While this might kill momentum, it might force the ref to perhaps extend a bit of the optional time, and who knows what can happen in that. But now all those bouncing, singing, happy fans are now set down as they ponder the unpredictable phase of a penalty shootout, where you know you've done all you could have done, but it's still in your hands, but not entirely in your hands.
Not entirely in your hands. You still have to perform.
Mapisa will take this time to stretch himself.
He knows what's coming.
Ease some aching muscles. He's quite an intimidating figure. If you're taking a spot kick against him, his height alone fills the frame of goal.
Yeah, he does. He dives across the field of the frame of goal. He covers half of it.
But Dynamos in the last minute! What just happened? In literally the last kick of the game, the goal will not count, it seems. Dynamos players will protest. Issa Sadiki is very agitated. Ansa Boshwe and Emmanuel Paga, the dreadlocks, are in the face.
And the throwing of missiles on the pitch is not good, is not allowed. They are breaking the law now there.
We will try to find out what happened there, of course. But yeah, drama upon drama. And Manenda calls time. Just maybe chance for one last kick before we conclude matters.
One last second before we conclude. He takes that, then he's done.
Dynamos had the ball in the back of the net. They thought they had won it at the death. It was not to be, as now we head into a penalty shootout after extra time in a truly volatile but exciting Chibuku Super Cup. Oh, it seems like there was a foul throw from the throw-in, so
it is the assistant referee that waved his flag.
Yeah, the arguments and the debates will rage on long and hard.
We are back again. It's a stalemate, it's a draw. The match has ended 1-1 and some Dynamos players there. Yes.
Dynamos players do not want to be riling up the referee. The decision has already been made. Focus on what you have to do in the next few moments. You can see there Clarice Mango and Tavaz Wangala getting involved to protect the decision.
You know what you're saying, Tinach. If you check on Ngezi Platinum side, already they are focusing. They are already discussing penalties. Yet the Dynamos players, they want to go and talk to the ref when the decision cannot be overturned.
Yeah, so a bit naive from some of the players there.
Yeah, at times you need intelligence also in football. It's not all about playing.
So time for goalkeepers and takers to come to party. Joe Lupatla with his towering frame, right, with his arm around Donald Zinyai in between Frank Makarati will be giving tips to the first 5 takers, whilst the goalkeeper Martin Mapisa and company will be looking to shut things out. Warren Mapanga, the goalkeeper's coach, will be backing out tips and everything else that might help. For Ngezi, Claudius Gunduza and Take Shua Chiragui take center stage, but Godfrey, just looking at how we got here, taking a look at the penalty takers for these 2 teams. In the semi-final against Manika Diamonds, Dynamos won 4-2. Frank Makarati, Eli Ilunga, Atham Siwa on the bench, taking no part today, and Valentine Kadonzo were the goal scorers. Ngezi played out 2-2 against Simba Bora before winning out 5-4 on penalty shootout. Take us through the takers.
Yeah. Makumbe there scoring, and Benura Madananga, Chigunda and Tigere, never Tigere. Doing well for the team there, Madananga there.
As well, so a lot of pedigree heading into a penalty shootout for both teams. Dynamos against Yada, the match ended 1-1 before Dynamos won by 5-3 in a penalty shootout. Frank Makarati again, Eli Ilunga again, Valentine Kadonzo, Emmanuel Paga and Emmanuel Jalai, the usual suspects, were on target. So no guesses, no prizes for guessing who some of the familiar faces will be for Dynamos. Ngezi finished it 1-1 against Cape United before winning 4-3 on a penalty shootout. Chang Marion saved 2 penalty kicks that day, shutting out Eric Manokore and William Manondo. But today,
we don't have him.
Chang is not around.
We have Chacha.
Chiguida missed his kick, but it didn't matter much because they sailed through.
They ended up on a winning side.
Bad-tempered game to conclude, but now today, at the final hurdle, who will come out on top?
Yeah, this is a lottery, Tinashe, but it's now check who got the nerves, but like I had said in the pre-match pep talk that Ngezi Platinum will win this one. I am still expecting them to win the penalty shootout, considering the confidence with Chajga. Chesting a shot, juggling it with the thigh, another touch and getting it. He can only be fearsome when you face him. There, taking a penalty kick, it's going to be something else. I'm seeing Ngezi Platinum winning it.
You
still
stand by your prediction.
I stand by my
prediction. Of the comment section, Godfrey.
I stand by my prediction.
Well, it remains to be seen because in a few minutes we will be knowing the destination of the Chibuku Super Cup for 2024. Will the cup, one of the Dynamos top fans, Gege, looking on, he's known of course for his prayerful routine, but he looked anything but confident there. But the question of course is hanging in the air. Will the cup stay at the home of the Glamour Boys, or will Ngezi Platinum Stars add to their 2016 title triumph?
It's going to Ngezi. Dynamos would have loved to add it, but I'm thinking no, it's a lottery, Tinashe. It's a lottery. Anybody can win it right now, because whoever is going to take their spot kick nicely and convert them is going to win the game. It's unpredictable now because it's a lottery.
Get a thumbs up from the VIP enclosure. The body language from the players on the pitch, at least from a Dynamos point of view, is one of utmost relaxation. They're not worried. Ngezi Platinum Stars won their first title, their first Chibuku Cup in 2016, in only their first season in the top flight, matching Shabani Mine, who won the 2001 BP Cup in their maiden season in the top flight. But now they have a chance, after establishing themselves as a force by winning the championship last year,
to win it again.
There you go, Timbare for life. Some have boldly declared, some have put predictions, but now it's out of our hands as commentators, it's out of our hands as fans and spectators. It's down to the man who will be taking the kicks and the man charged with keeping the ball out.
Let's enjoy the lottery. Let's enjoy the sport kick like Tinashe Katkorgari put it across that it is now left to the guys who are taking the sport kicks and the goalkeepers. Nelson Chajga and Mapisa will be guarding the goal to try and deny the takers from scoring from 12 yards. Let's see whom the goals are going to smile on. The players are there. They are looking relaxed, but they are very tired. They are very, very, very tired. To go for 120 minutes is no joke. They are here now going into the penalty shootouts. Let's see which goalkeeper is going to smile at the end of this lottery.
Nelson Chajga and Martin Mapisa showing us their ball juggling skills. They will keep the spirit of sportsmanship and wish each other well, but we are not sure how sincere they will be.
Everybody wants to win.
Everybody wants
they
to
could
win.
They could be sincere to a lesser extent, but to a greater extent they won't be as sincere because everybody wants it. Remember, there is one ticket at stake.
One ticket.
It's not 1.5, it's one.
So it's not two for the money. Only one team will go home crowned champions. Epic final we have witnessed at Rufaro Stadium. Near capacity crowd at Rufaro, and their colors and voices have adorned and put on the gloss on this match. The center referee has been very good. Owen Manenda, he had to do his very best, assisted of course by Clarice Simango and Tafaz Wankala, with Messi Maimbu as the fourth official. Norman Matemera was overseeing proceedings as the match commissioner, and after little to no serious incident, we head to a penalty shootout, and it looks like Kudzai Chiguida will be taking the first kick for Ngezi Platinum Stars up against Martin Mapisa.
Did you take the first one?
Yes, Chiguida did take a penalty against Caps United and missed. Then in the semi-final, he took one against Simba Bora at the Baobab, and he scored. Being called to action for the third time this season in the Chibuku Super Cup. Can he do it again? Dynamos thought they had won it at the death, but the goal was ruled out for offside.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
now we find ourselves in a penalty shootout.
That was a heartbreak for Dynamos, but here we are. Let's watch and look as it unfolds.
Chiguida, flawless. Advantage Ngezi as the captain leads by example. Martin Mapisa fails to keep that one out, so Frank Makarati from one skipper to the other. Makarati will come up against Nelson Chajga, who saved 2 penalties in the league this season. A bit of mind games. Frank Makarati prefers to use a different ball, whether it's superstition or a counter-attack to the psychological warfare. It will remain to be seen how effective it was. So, whilst the Ngezi players look on, Frank Makarati will step up for the responsibility. He scored in the shootout against Manika Diamonds and scored again against Yada. And today,
is it changing of the ball mind games or what?
Makarati, no pressure, no pressure. He lifts up the spirits of the Dynamos fans. So both captains successful from the sport. Chiguida went to the right side of the goalkeeper. Makarati went down the middle. Cool and collected from the sport.
Cool and collective from the captain. Cool and collective. Beautiful penalty there. 1-1.
Moses Demera will take the next one for Ngezi. Makarati still arguing with the referee whilst Take Sure Chiragui watches on. It has required the intervention of the fourth official, Messi Maimbo, to have a word with the center ref, Manenda. Moses Demera.
The fourth official there getting a round of applause. I think she emphasized that you don't change the ball. This is the ball that is going to be kicked by everybody.
Yeah, one of the finest referees we've seen in the league this season, Messi Maimbo. She's been a shining light of professionalism in a season where so much attention and spotlight has been cast on the men and women in the center of the pitch. But Martin Mapisa now pleading his case for Mrs. Demera. This might be nerve-wracking. You need to have ice in your veins to withstand all these distractions before taking your kick.
Definitely.
It can easily throw you off your game.
Definitely, Tinashe, it does. But having been there, the boy, I think he can manage this kind of pressure. It's not too much pressure for him, but it's a mind game that must not get into your head. You must stay cool.
Oh, it's a poor one, and Martin Mapisa celebrates. There was no confidence in that kick from Moses Demera. Went straight down the middle, and it was shut out.
Yeah,
Martin Mapisa didn't have to move.
That was a poor one.
Whether he was distracted by all the mind games and stuff will be a story for another day, but the reality is that it's advantage Dynamos. Should Temptation Chiwunga convert this one?
Definitely, Tinashe. Advantage Dynamos. Moses Demera, they're taking a weak shot that the goalkeeper Martin Mapisa caught one touch. By a single touch there, Martin Mapisa. Now Dynamos can go in front if Chiwunga can score.
Yet again, Dynamos preferring to use their own ball, different from the one that is being used by everyone. Well, this will be very interesting. What will the referee decide? You know what the rules of the game say, but
the fourth official ruled that the ball is not supposed to be changed. So I don't know what are the negotiations for there. The referee is supposed to take the ball and put the ball on the spot kick, and he must take the ball that he brought out.
As long as there are no defects with the ball,
yes, as long as the ball is fine.
Assume that they will be allowed to continue. So Temptation Chiwunga, after mini drama and an exchange with the referee, will try to take it on, but in front of him, Nelson Chajiga. Oh, beautiful from Chiwunga. Chajiga saw it, but the pace was a little too much for him to do anything. So Dynamos lead by 2-1 in a penalty shootout. Yes, and Farai Matanaga will be heading on to take this one. He converted his penalty in the semi-final against Simbabora.
He comes up again against...
Also against Ngezi. He was on target in the first round against Bulawayo Chiefs when Ngezi won 4-2 in regulation time.
So he has been good.
He has been good, but it's a different kind of pressure this afternoon.
Very different.
What can he do? Oh, Martin Mapisa with the big save at Rufaro. That was monumental. Ngezi are staring down the barrel as they miss their second kick. It was a decent penalty, but Martin Mapisa went full stretch to deny Farai Matanaga from the spot. Eli Ilunga now to hand Dynamos a significant advantage.
Significant indeed. They score this one. It's almost wrapped.
They are almost home and dry. If he converts this one. But Nelson Chajiga will have a thing or two to say about it.
Yes.
Ilunga, of course, took a penalty in the semi-final against Manika Diamonds. Called to action once more. Oh, it's flawless. Dynamos can smell it now. They are almost there. One kick away from history. Eli Ilunga. For Ngezi to stay alive, Elson Moya has to convert this one.
He has to convert. And pray that Dynamos misses both their last two kicks. That is how they can only achieve it.
Dynamos bench all on their knees
If he misses this one, he's done.
Just listen to that roar of the crowd. He has to shut it all out and focus on taking his kick. Ailson Mweha to keep Ngezi alive in the shootout. He does it coolly. So now it becomes very simple. Nelson Chajga has to save this one, or Issa Sadiki has to miss. For Ngezi to entertain any hopes of taking this out further.
Wow.
The scoreboard reads 3-2 in favor of Dynamos, as Issa Sadiki, the dead ball specialist, goes up to strike what could very well be the winning penalty of the 2024 Chibuku Super Cup. Well, Nelson Chajga knows the task at hand, and so does Issa. Sadiki sends Dynamos through! Back-to-back champions of the Chibuku Super Cup, the Glamour Boys have turned it around. What a turnaround! What a game! Storming from behind, Dynamos stage yet another remarkable final in this unpredictable 2024 season. Ngezi can only peek on the pieces of a broken dream as they fail to add to their 2016 victory. Dynamos win the penalty shootout 4-2. After playing out 1-1 in regulation time. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 Chibuku Super Cup champions and the first team to successfully defend their title, Dynamos. The Glamour Boys, Chazunguza, in their favorite hunting ground, they take it home.
They've wrapped it. Beautiful penalties from Dynamos. They're winning 4-2 on penalties. Ngezi Platinum have only themselves to blame here, but congratulations goes to Dynamos. Well done again for defending the Chibuku Super Cup. Definitely Dynamos is going back again to also redeem themselves in the Confederation Cup where they feel they were hard done. Congratulations goes to Dynamos.
So in Tekshua Chirabi's 100th game in charge of Ngezi Platinum Stars, it ends in tears. But for Lloyd Chigoe, the man called Mablanyo, he wins his first title as head coach. What a story. In the history of the Chibuku Super Cup, Dynamos do join FC Platinum and Harare City as two-time winners, but as the only side to defend it back to back. Yes. It's party time in Rufaro today.
They have made history for themselves. They have managed to defend Chibuku Cup for the first time in history of the Chibuku Super Cup. Well done, Dynamos.
Ngezi put up a fight, but it was not to be. Obrel Chirinda had taken them into the lead with a well-timed volley past a poorly positioned Martin Mapisa before Frederick Antabochwe got one back for Dynamos to force the game into extra time. And after fluffing his lines in the first half, Martin Mapisa coming up big to deny Ngezi twice from the penalty spot. Moses Demera and Farai Majanaga, the four guys. Martin Mapisa, the hero. Dynamos, the champions.
Dynamos are worthy champions. They converted all their penalties. They converted 4 straight penalty kicks, and Ngezi missed 2. Majananga and Demera missing. So they are confirmed now. They are champions of Chibuku. They have managed to defend it. They have retained it. They have said it stays home. It goes no way. Well done, Dynamos.
The Cup stays home. Their crosstown rivals, Caps United, were known as the Cup Kings. But now Dynamos, in 2 seasons, a cup that had eluded them since 2014, they finally won it back to back. So now we go down to pitch side and hear from Tekshua Chiragui as he gives us his post-match reactions.
At Rufaro Stadium, and against the Platinum Stars on the losing end, going down 5-3 on penalties after that match, ended 1-1. Coach, your feelings, obviously, I'm sure you're still trying to soak it all in. What do you think you guys lost it today?
Yeah, I think we've given it away, and we conceded a soft goal, collapse in terms of our concentration, but in football, that's how it is. You know, the moment you lose concentration in a second, that's how you get punished. But I thought maybe we were in control of the game. When they scored that goal, they came back into the game, and we tried our best. You know, we get some chances that we were supposed also to convert. We couldn't manage, and that's how football is all about. But what is important is these guys, they've put 100% effort, and for us to be here in the final, I think it's important for us. As much as we wanted to win, also Dynamos really wanted to win, and they fought back until we got to the extra time. We couldn't manage to get a goal. Penalties, it's any side, you know, and obviously there must be one team that has to lose today, and it's unfortunate. It's Ngezi Platinum Stars, but we are happy with the participation. We thank God for this opportunity to take us far. From the preliminary rounds to the final. All alone, we need to thank God. It's marvelous, to be honest, to play in front of all these supporters. And they enjoyed the game. The game was very good, and it was nice, to be honest. Flow of the ball, everything was perfect, and we are happy with that, to be honest. That's what exactly supporters, when they pay their money to come and watch the game, they really need to see all these things that happened today. And I think if we keep on playing like this, we bring back the fans to the stadium in future.
Thank you very much, Coach. Commiserations once again on the defeat. I wish you all the best for the off-season. Go and rest. We'll see you again next season.
Thank you.
All right, Tekshua Chiragui, the Ngezi Platinum Stars head coach, on the losing end. For 2 consecutive seasons, he has lost out on the final. That is the Chibuku Super Cup final. And joining us shortly now is the Dynamos interim head coach, Dynamos coach Lloyd Chigoe. Coach, you did it. Back-to-back Chibuku Super Cup titles for your boys. The game didn't really start the way you would have wanted, obviously considering that goal in the first half. But I want to talk about that second half. What did you say to the boys? Because it looked like Dynamos were a different team in that second 45.
If you look at it, Ngezi Platinum have been hitting early goals in most of their games. But in the second half, they fizzled out. So we knew that they were up for the taking in the second half. And we told the boys to be patient, but also to take shots from a distance, because they were going to defend in numbers. At the end of the day, they've shown enough character to be able to retain the trophy. And I'm a happy man today.
And what does it mean to you, obviously, saying Martin Mapisa, 2 saves in that penalty shootout? You know, some people argue maybe he might have been a bit compromised for that first goal. That redemption that he had to be able to come and save you guys big time and help you guys lift the trophy.
For his mistake, we took responsibility as a team. And in the end, it paid up for us, because he came in handy at the right time. A great save from him that have taken us through to the Chibuku Super Cup and back to the Confederation Cup.
I know that your blood is blue. As a Dynamo son, leading Dynamos to back-to-back titles, do you feel like you deserve to get the job on a full-time basis now?
That is for the powers that be to make a decision. I am satisfied with what I've done. I've met the target that I've been given to retain the Chibuku Super Cup, and we've done it the hard way, but it has been done.
Congratulations, coach, and I'll let you go and celebrate with your team.
Thank you.
There's a winning coach there, that is Lloyd Chigoe, and I'll be joined by 2 of the defensive stalwarts of this Dynamo side that is literally making this Chibuku Super Cup. Boys, congratulations. Big win for you guys. Let's have everybody in there.
Hey! Vamos, Dimare! Vamos, vamos!
Blues! Obviously, back-to-back Chibuku Super Cup for Dynamos. You guys were trailing at halftime. Coach Aku's Haiti per halftime, because the second half you guys looked like a different team.
Ndiarencha ndikasotaura kuti handimwari ashanda. Ndimwari ende ndikufara. Handakana mawedzi ekutaura, I'm speechless. Ndimwari apindira.
Kepisa, you took that first penalty. How much was the pressure there, and how important was it for you to get that in?
I'm used to that. And my teammates are going to me roti nini ndivatangire ndivavhurire rochi musangano ndikavhura musangano wamwangu vanozotero vane vapo.
Martin, obviously, but Pakistan the boys by half time and that diva. People, there were question marks about your positioning, but that first goal, but then you came in that penalty shootout, even in that second half, you redeemed yourself. What was going through your mind, that penalty shootout? How much did those two saves?
Well, actually, I have my opinion.
It's okay.
So, I don't have any words to say. It was only God. It was only God. Yeah. I'm feeling happy so that I can't even talk now. So I'm feeling happy. Thanks for my teammates for helping me. My positioning is good, but the thing is, we're different. Yeah. But that's me.
Thank you very much, guys. I'll let you go and enjoy yourselves. So yeah, there is part of the Dynamos players who are the winners of the Chibuku Super Cup. We're about to get into the trophy presentation, and we'll be giving you a blow-by-blow account of what's happening. But the champions for the 2024 Chibuku Super Cup are Dynamos. And shortly we'll be getting into the presentation. I can see some of the dignitaries there. PSL Chairman Kenny Ndebele here, as well as CEO, actually, Kenny Ndebele. Farai Jere also there, the chairman, dignitaries from Delta. The mayor of Harare is here, and we're about to get, we can see a wonderful camaraderie there between, wonderful camaraderie there between Ngezi Platinum Stars and Dynamos, with the players joining a mixed tunnel, but beautiful scenes there, and you gotta love it. The joy in our football is back, and we're seeing the match officials. They will be the first ones to come up onto the podium, and they will receive their medals. And I think it is safe to say that they gave a very good account of themselves. They gave a very good account of themselves in terms of how they handled the match. Very little controversy this time around, and I think the medals around their necks thoroughly deserved. Festive atmosphere, Rufaro, and you can see in the terraces there in the Vietnam end, the fans, they will be singing throughout the night. Forever goodness, that's the Chibuku Tech 9, and for Dynamos fans and the Dynamos family at large, back-to-back victories in the Chibuku Super Cup, and they will be happy to have gotten that result. So really excited to make sure that we continue giving you blow-by-blow action of. And now the players from Ngezi Platinum Stars, Chiquita, the captain, first to come up and get his medal. Some of the players who necessarily didn't make the match day squad also getting, I say, Tinashe Ngomasha, the team manager, getting his medal. Polite Moyo, Zenda. Those are the runners-up. Ngezi Platinum Stars. Heartbreak once again. 4 times they've gone to the final and have endured heartbreak. Today was the day that Tekshua Shirabi was celebrating his 100th game in charge of this club that announced itself with a bang. In 2016, their maiden season in the domestic top flight. Under Tundra Ndiraya, they did go all the way, and they were able to lift the Chibuku Super Cup. That was 8 years ago. And they've tried, and they've tried, and they've tried again. But that super taste of Chibuku continues to evade them. It is the team that calls this esteemed ground home. A team that is based in one of the most historic and oldest suburbs of this beautiful city of Harare, Mbari, nicknamed after this suburb, Dimbare. That is what they are called. today, not in their traditional blue, but red seems to be a color they favor in these cup competitions. Red is the color that they were wearing when they lifted their maiden Chibuku Super Cup. They join a very small group of teams. Harare City, FC Platinum. Those are the only teams that have won the Chibuku Super Cup twice. But a special piece of history for Dynamos. The first ever team to win back-to-back. And you have to appreciate the efforts of one Lloyd Chigoe. He was assistant to Genesis Mangombe when they won it last year. When he was appointed interim head coach earlier this season, he did say the title is gone, our focus is Chibuku, and wow, it has come to be their reality. El Champions, Shasha, Zebora. So we're seeing some of the executives and administrators from Ngezi Platinum Stars. Keep your heads up, boys. It's a club that has gone a long way in changing the football landscape here in Zimbabwe. The professional clubs that made history last season, lest we forget, based in rural Mondoro, but punching above their weight. Today, it was just the might of Dumbari. Since 1961, Dumbari have been pushing and probing. 21 league titles they have, 2 Chibuku Super Cups, and they continue to write their history when it comes to Zimbabwean football. And very shortly, as we wind down with the dignitaries, from and I think that's it. We are done and dusted with the runners-up medals for Ngezi Platinum Stars. And now, your 2024 Chibuku Super Cup champions, the Dynamos. Most of these players in this squad, they were on this very podium, albeit in a different location, the Buildup Stadium in Mondoro, Ngezi. Dynamos executives, the first to come up to get their medals. They will be returning to the CAF Confederation Cup next season. They will be representing Zimbabwe on the continent, where Sibabora will be playing in the CAF Champions League. Dynamos have booked another African safari. They will continue to be one of this esteemed nation's flag bearers. So as we get ready for the players to come up, we can see the head coach, Lloyd Chigoe, getting his medal there from Kenny Ndebele. Joe Lupaka, he was brought in by Lloyd Chigoe. He has been animated and brought a vibrancy to this Dynamo side. And we can see the rest of the members of the technical team coming through. Yes. Dynamos, this is the team behind the scenes. The team that puts the master plan together to make sure that this club continues to write its name in football history. Arthur Musiwa among the first players to receive their medal, closely followed by Shadrack Nyawa, a defensive stalwart, pauses to have a quick conversation with Kenny Ndebele. Sydney Orukop, the Namibian import, with his jersey to the back there. He would have enjoyed his first season in Zimbabwe. He'll be going back with a trophy. Emmanuel Ziwocha really had a decent season at Timbare. Keith Madera also up there. Freddie Alec, I thought he had an impressive game coming on in the second half. He was imperious for the Glamour Boys. Alton Chikona, the hero in their last Chibuku Super Cup at the Baobab last season, has been forced to become a bit part player this season, but still medal on his neck. No more Chinyere irregular alongside Temptation Chiunga. They have been critical in the heart of that Dynamos midfield. Taraka Sandiro, reports suggesting he might be on his way out. Caps United reportedly signing a pre-contract with him, but for now he's a Dynamos player and he'll enjoy this Chibuku Super Cup success. Prince Tafile dislodged by Martin Mapisa at the start of the season. Ali Sadiki, the scorer of the winning penalty there. And more of those Dynamos players, and as more and more of them get on the stage. Vice Captain Emmanuel July, Paga, often they're Jack in the box. Even the security team coming up on stage. But, as is always the case, it will be the man who lifted this trophy aloft at the Baobab Stadium in Mundoro this time last year. It will be Frank Makarati. He will be getting used to this feeling. And there is Frank Makarati there. I'm getting my words jumbled up. But the moment we've been waiting for. So all the players have gotten their medals. And his teammates will come and join him. But first, he'll get the check. Singing and dancing. $75,000, that's the prize money that Dynamos has. For the second season in a row. So, money in the bag, 75K. And now for Edimai Mzorewa, Delta. He is with Delta as their marketing director. Hands it over to Frank Makarati. who for the second season in a row lifts the 2024 Chibuku Super Cup. And Dynamos, look at that. Wonderful, wonderful images. '24 Chibuku Super Cup winners, Dynamos, the Glamour Boys. They have done it. So that is us here at Rufaro Stadium. It has been a fantastic football season. This is it for us for 2024. We're done and dusted, and we're signing out.
Get ready. All in one place. Introducing the new Zing Digital Decoder.